You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and today we are here to determine the best movie music score theme of all time. And to help me make this very, very important decision, I am joined by some special guests making up our panel today. First of all, friend to the channel, Mr. Ryan O'Toole. Hi, Ryan.
Hey Larry, thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited to talk about musical scores. You had me on a Disney songs tournament. I'm back again talking music, and this is going to be hard, but I'm excited.
I know. It's a lot of iconic songs that have been released. There's also a lot of John Williams on the list. So,
John Williams.
also, somebody who has been on the channel quite a few times, we have Alyssa from Mainly Movies. Hi, Alyssa.
Hey Larry, I'm excited to be back. Looking forward to like another 8-hour live stream here to get through all these songs, but it'll be a good time.
To say the last time the three of us were on a live stream together was on Ryan's channel, I believe, and that one was quite the live stream with the three of us on that one.
4 hours.
But I believe both of your music tournaments ended up with different winners than the Twitter, Instagram voters. So we'll see if that trend continues, huh? All right. And then finally, this is actually the first time I have collaborated with him. Welcome, Everest from the channel Archanize. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Hoping to bring a more youthful opinion to this little tournament here. You know, not to call anyone out,
Jeez,
but
thanks.
Wow. No, I
music
can't.
scores have always been-
I came into the senior citizens home to give a little bit of youth perspective.
I thought I was the young one.
I've always loved scores in movies. They're one of my favorite parts, and I'm super excited to get to talk about so many awesome ones. Looking at this list, I don't know how we're gonna get to one winner.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. So, if you haven't noticed, over on Twitter and Instagram, I've been posting up matches to vote on. We are down to the final 4 songs in that matchup, and those will be going up tomorrow for the semifinal. And along with y'all's votes, those will be the tiebreakers, because clearly, when you have 4 folks on a panel, there's the likelihood of some ties throughout the evening. So whichever song made it furthest in our voting will be the tiebreaker scenario here. Now, we are just voting on the music themes listed. It is not necessarily the entire score. It is that particular song from the soundtrack, that theme moment, many of which you will find in either the opening or end credits of these films. But most motifs end up finding their way throughout, sprinkled in these films. But we are not voting on the films themselves. We're not voting on soundtracks. No music that was used outside. This is all original composition from composers as part of the original score. We all have our own criteria. We're all going to be voting a little bit different, and I'll let people kind of explain their choices as they vote. But we do have a 64-song March Madness style bracket to get through here today. So let me go ahead and cut out all this chit chat. If you are watching, make sure to leave your votes as we move throughout in that comment section in the chat. So kicking us off, we have the Star Wars main title theme, the iconic Star Wars theme song, going up against Once Upon a Time in the West theme. And I will kick this one off with the first man who entered the panel, Mr. Ryan O'Toole.
Oh, great. You have to start with me on this one. But, so yeah, Once Upon a Time in the West has a great theme overall. I think it's very good. But Star Wars is timeless. Like, that theme, like, every movie, it pretty much opens up the whole entire film. I mean, that Star Wars theme is so iconic. Like, I listen to it ever since I was a kid. Like, John Williams made an iconic theme to a great series. So for this one, it's no competition. So I'm going Star Wars here.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah. So first, can I just say, I know we can't play the songs, but I vote that Larry has to like sing every theme just so we have a sense of what they are. So he could be like humming or whistling over there. But yeah, I mean, this one, it's kind of unfair because Morricone's theme is really good. But I mean, it's Star Wars. So, and it's the main theme. It's the iconic one with the like the scroll and everything. So gotta go Star Wars main theme here.
All right, Everest.
Yeah, I got to make it 3 for 3 for Star Wars. I will say, Once Upon a Time in the West was one of my favorite first watches of last year.
Oh.
I love that movie, and I think the music is incredible. And I actually think the piece we're looking at for it is not the best music in that movie, but it's Star Wars. Like everyone said before, this is the main theme. It's maybe the most iconic piece of movie music of all time. And so I think for that reason, you got to go Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I feel bad. I do think that some of the Westerns have a little bit of samey type of musical cues through the Western genre. It's like the legend of Western music making. He dominated.
I was gonna say, of course, he's the one that composed all the westerns. I think you have in this
pretty much.
this bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
To be honest, I would have put The Hateful Eight because that's one of my personal favorite like themes from him. I
Yeah,
think it's
that's
amazing
missing.
and great. But hello, I'm rocking a shirt from Star Wars, and I also have to vote for Star Wars. Part of my process is definitely which one can I hum in my head instantly when you say it to me. Which one am I going to be able to hum? I can do Star Wars quickly. I'm not. Listen,
I think you
Alyssa,
should.
Cody, all
right
y'all.
now.
Please
The
do.
answer,
I mean,
L'Oreal,
all
is
these votes, we've got several people
Listen,
saying that you should.
L'Oreal.
So.
I do not sing at all. I will drive y'all to the door. Y'all will be running with your ears clutched, looking for them earmuffs on your way to the nearest exit. So I don't know if y'all want that, but anyway, good old Star Wars makes it an easy
Grogu
sweep
approves.
past the first round. All right, next up we have the main theme from The Dark Knight going up against the main theme from Schindler's List.
No.
So we have two of the greats here, two of the most represented composers here, with John Williams and Hans Zimmer. And Alyssa will be kicking us off on this one.
This is so hard.
Yeah.
God.
Damn it.
I guess I don't know. I mean, if we're going kind of like recognizability and like what one can you hum and like you gotta go Schindler's List for this one, right? I mean, like they're both so good, but it's Schindler's List. Like, I'm going that, but like I'm okay with either winning. So.
All right, Everest.
Oh yeah, this is definitely much tougher than the last one for me. Think I'm going to second Schindler's List here, which may come as a surprise to people who know me because The Dark Knight is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I think Hans Zimmer does a really good job with the music there. But there's just John Williams captured something special in Schindler's List, which he's been able to do so many times. That's why he's on this list probably like 10 times. I didn't count, but
that's a lot.
I love the Schindler's List theme. I think it's great, and I got to pick that as the winner.
All right, Ryan.
Damn it, Larry. I watched Schindler's List for the first time last year, and
wow.
it's an amazing movie. Like you guys said, Schindler's List is an amazing score. God damn it, man! But for me, the Dark Knight trilogy like means something to me, and Hans Zimmer's score for that is just legendary. So I'm gonna make it interesting. I'm gonna go with the Dark Knight. I mean, nothing against Schindler's List. I'm gonna go Dark Knight here to keep it interesting.
All right. Well, then, do I send it to a tie or wrap this one up? I
have a feeling I know which way Twitter probably voted because I don't think Twitter necessarily voted for the music. So
Yeah.
So I'm gonna vote the way I personally voted there still, because some of these I might have swapped, not on Twitter but on Instagram, because you can vote in your own polls on Instagram. You can't do that on Twitter. But I'm gonna vote for Schindler's List. I'm sorry, Batman, you have a shining moment right now, but that main
There's always another chance.
theme of Schindler's List is
two
just
more
so
chances.
emotive. Yes, Batman is highly represented as a character.
I
here
got
on
3
this
more
list.
chances.
But yeah, I just think it's such an emotive theme. I love the background of like John Williams being so humble when he told Spielberg, "No, I'm not good enough to do Schindler's List theme. Like, no, you have to find a better composer." And Spielberg was like, "I would, but they're all dead. So can you do it for me?" Like, so yeah, I love that story as well, and he proved why he's so great. It's not all about the big bombastic, fun, adventure-y themes with Williams, and this is one of his different styles, and I think he nailed that as well. So, all right. Next up, we have Hymn to the Sea from Titanic going up against the theme from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And this one kicks off with Everest.
Ooh, okay. So, first off, I don't have a big emotional attachment to either of these themes personally. I probably should have watched Close Encounters more than I did growing up. I feel like my parents missed a step there with the my viewing. But I think they're both great themes. I have listened to them. I've seen both these movies. But I think I'm gonna go Titanic. I think the music is a huge part of what makes that movie what it is. Especially like I think it's great, the romantic air that it brings. I love listening to it, and so that's what I'm going to go with. But Close Encounters theme absolutely deserves to be on this list.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, Close Encounters of the Third Kind is such an underrated classic from Spielberg. I think it's a great movie. The score is really beautiful, but also kind of unsettling. And Titanic, I get people say it's overrated, but I'm not in that camp. But this one, it's got to be Titanic. I agree a lot with what Everest was saying. Like that beautiful score, the winds, the violins that play in that score, and that iconic theme from Titanic. Just so beautiful, man. Like it brings kind of a tear to your eye. So for this one, I'm going Titanic.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, so I kind of like our first matchup. I feel like this is a little unfair because Close Encounters is a great theme, you know? I mean, like we got another John Williams and like it's just like Ryan was saying, it's unsettling. Like there are parts of it that are like okay, but like, you know, it's a longer theme than some of the other ones on this and like it goes through parts that are just downright creepy. You know, it's very like just like the movie, it has its kind of unsettling moments. And so I think it works really well. But I mean, James Horner, like I think he's pretty underrated. He's got so many great scores, but like people don't really talk about him like other people, like Williams and other composers. But yeah, I mean, Titanic's theme is just like so like heart-wrenching and like it's so I don't know, just fitting for this. So I gotta go with Titanic as well here.
Yeah, when it comes to this one, I agree. Close Encounters of the Third Kind has a great score that's really evocative of the film itself. It does a lot to set mood and tone in that film. But Hymn to the Sea, like that score translated into a written song, like which he also wrote. The obviously My Heart Will Go On was also written by Horner.
I think you got to sing it, Larry. We don't know how it goes. How's it go?
I don't know. I'm certainly no Celine Dion, that's for sure.
Turning Red reference.
But to create such a Listen, I'm also a little Four Town stan right off the bat, so I don't know about that mama, what she was talking about with all that, but I have to go with Titanic as well. It just, it does a lot in that film, too, of setting that mood and really just bringing you into the story that was.
I'm
So,
the king of the world.
yeah, it's a great one. All right, well, the Caped Crusader returns pretty quickly. Coming up next, we have the 1989 Danny Elfman Batman theme going up against Mia and Sebastian's theme from La La Land. And this one kicks off with Ryan.
So La La Land, great movie, great music in it. But Tim Burton's Batman theme is iconic. I mean, this is no competition for me. It's definitely Batman 1989. Danny Elfman created an excellent theme for Michael Keaton's Batman. Just the way the film opens up with the Bat logo and the score just playing in the background, just it's timeless. Like, I do love La La Land. The music's beautiful. Like, that whole entire sequence with Mia and Sebastian's great, but it doesn't touch Tim Burton's Batman theme. So it's Batman for sure.
Alyssa.
Yeah, so this is one where, like, if we were looking at the score in its entirety, I would vote a different way than I'm gonna vote. So score in its entirety, I think La La Land takes it. But this theme, the Me and Sebastian theme, is like, it's good, but I don't think it's the best. It's not my favorite music in the movie. And like Ryan was saying, this Elfman Batman theme is just so iconic. It's one of those ones that, like, just you can instantly hear just thinking about it, even without Larry singing it. And so, yeah, I got to go Batman as well for this one.
Everest.
So first off, I absolutely adore La La Land. I actually prefer it over Batman '89 if we're looking at like movie to movie. I just think La La Land is an absolute work of art in every sense of that word. But I kind of agree that that theme in particular is not representative of how good La La Land is, and the Danny Elfman score is so iconic. It is still the Batman theme I hear whenever I think about Batman. It was incorporated into the Lego Batman games, which I played a lot as a kid. So its impact on that level is also super cool. It's got to be Batman '89.
Yeah, I'm one that I actually think the score is better than the written music, like the vocals and the original songs in La La Land. I think the score does most of the heavy lifting for La La Land's music. I mean, I think it's amazing. I was glad it won. I actually wish that this was up against something else in the first round because it's really sad to vote against it, but if you watched, I did a video a couple of years ago at this point, Lord, I mean, I am old. Let me not, we said it in the intro, let me not fake the fun. But I've been around too dang long. My favorite superhero theme, at least at that time, and possibly still, was the Batman '89 theme. I love Danny Elfman's theme for Batman. I mean, it was so freaking iconic. They used it for the animated show for Batman. They brought it back for the sequence in Justice League. They used it again, like you said, at the Lego Batman stuff. I mean, it's been used over and over again, and for a good reason. It's so good and so iconic. So I also have to vote for Batman. All right. So next up,
How did you seed this this bracket, Larry?
I'm curious. Yeah.
So the seating was, I just kind of went off of what I thought was iconic. I looked at lists as well of like best movie themes and movie scores and kind of helped that guide me. And then I tried to disperse Star Wars so that all of the Star Wars themes were not like the top 5 seeds of the whole thing. So that's basically was my thing. And some of these showed up just very randomly, so they kind of got shuffled down. Like me and Sebastian's theme was the one listed often, like on movies where I was like, the score is so good. What's the theme that people go to? And that was the one. So All right, coming up next, we have Time from Inception from Han Zimmer, going up against Hello Zep, aka the theme from Saw.
Oh.
On this one, I believe we are beginning with the person who sighed loudest, and that's Alyssa.
This is a weird matchup.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're so different. You know, Inception is like one of my favorite movies, but I don't know. This theme, it's one of those ones that's like really great in the movie, like as part of it, but it's not one that I'm like, oh yeah, just like hum and think of like on a daily basis. Not that I really think of the Saw theme that often either, but I mean, if you, again, I know Larry won't sing, but if you were to ask me to like hum one of these, I don't think I could come up with the Inception theme just off the top of my head, honestly, even though I've seen that movie dozens of times. But I could come up with the Saw one. And I mean, that one's in so many movies. You know, there's like, I mean, what with Jigsaw, there's 8 of them, or no, with Spiral, right? There's 9 now, and so like, I don't know, like
9. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be like the one weirdo who does this, but I'm picking the Saw theme here, even though like Inception is one of my favorites. But
All right, Everest, you're gonna make her the odd woman out early. Or are you gonna join the Saw bandwagon?
The band Saw.
I love everything that was said there. I think the Saw theme is great for those movies. For me, it's got to be Time. I understand it may not be like the most catchy to listen to, or the most like you're in a car with your friends and you want to put on Time from Inception to really get that party going. But I think the musicianship in Time in Inception is just absolutely beautiful. It's such a beautiful piece, and it works so perfectly for that movie. It also helps that I absolutely adore Inception, the movie, and I think it's just great. It's one of the more kind of subtle pieces that we have in this whole tournament. Like, I understand the thing that you can't really hum it like from your memory, but I just think it's one where you hear it, it works perfectly, and I absolutely love it. So I gotta even it up there.
All right, Ryan.
Damn, Alyssa, you made a really good point. Now that Saw theme is great. Like that's like the easiest part of watching those movies is hearing that theme play, because that's when you know stuff's about to go down, right? But if you, what is happening here? Hang on one second.
Right.
I think it's pretty obvious what I'm going with, right? Inception.
Yeah, I do really like the Saw theme. It's very identifiable. That's one of the things that maybe is a hindrance, but when it comes to instant recognizability, Lord have mercy. English is my first language, I promise. Horror themes tend to be quite repetitive, and I think that's something that it's meant to really grab you in the moment, so you know instantly of like, oh, okay, perk up, something. our villain is near, and I think that's maybe. But actually, Time is pretty repetitive too. It kind of repeats the same melody. It just adds a layer each time we restart the melody. We add another component to build. What I love about
like it mirrors the movie.
You know, but Time just has always spoke to my depressed little heart. It's quite a sad, a pretty somber song, especially amongst this bombastic score from Zimmer. I mean, Inception is kind of one of those movies that really ushered in the womp like sound for themes.
He'll sing that, but he won't sing the themes.
I have it as a ringtone.
Yes, but Time really strips that down. It's played, you know, in a more tender moment, so it makes sense. And I've always adored it. I used it in a montage for the 2010s. I love it so much. I can hum it because I've listened to it so many dang times. But
we're waiting.
We're just gonna keep it. We're just gonna keep it pushing and know that I voted for Inception this time. All right, Leo in the freaking chat is like the biggest proponent for one of these themes. It made it. Listen, let me not try to skew things and play my cards too early. Let me just get to the songs. First, we have the Terminator theme, and that is going up against Hand Covers Bruise, the theme from The Social Network. And we are starting this one off with Everest.
Oh, okay. Not really sure how this one is gonna fall. I mean, I know the Social Network score did win in the Academy Award that year, and it's great. It deserved that award, I think, in a year of just fantastic movies. Like I think 2010 kind of gets swept under the rug because we had so many other awesome years in the 2010s, like 2014, 17, stuff like that. It was a great year for movies. But anyway,
was a bloodbath in original score. A bloodbath in
Huge
original score.
bloodbath.
Speaking of Inception, it lost to Social Network for original score.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Terminator, I think it's perfect for that movie. But I think I'm gonna go with Social Network here, just because I think again it's another more somber score. It's a little bit it's more intricate than what you see on the surface, which is a quality I really like in these film scores, because it means like, sure, something could be iconic and you can hum it easily, but can you keep discovering things each time you come back to it, you know? And I feel like this Social Network score kind of has that for me, so I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, Ryan.
God damn, Larry, I'm surprised you included Social Network. I know your feelings on that movie,
I had
but
to.
man, this is tough. But Social Network score is great. It's pretty haunting. Like the first 5 minutes of that movie, when the Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score kicks in, the whoa, 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 when that bass kicks in, it's really good. But if you guys know me, it's Terminator, guys. Like Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. That theme is just absolutely amazing. Terminator 2. Terminator all day.
Okay, Miss Rocker, but also 80s movie fan Alyssa. We have Trent Reznor going up against the iconic theme. Where are you going to go?
This is again kind of a weird matchup. But I don't know. For me, like the Terminator theme, like it fits, but like, oh, geez, why did you make these so hard? I just it's one of those ones where like I think I gotta go with Hand Covers Bruise as well. Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor, they always win the Oscar when they go up for it, but like I was sold
Pretty much.
too. But I don't know, that one it fits as well. It's kind of like Ryan mentioned, it's kind of haunting in the sense that like
Creepy.
the score, the whole thing, but it just has that like weird tonality. Like there are parts that just like go into minor keys just out of it's like do do do, like it just drops down and it's really like I don't know, it's memorable to me. And like not that the Terminator theme is not memorable, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm going with Social Network here.
All right. Well, I have to shock you, Ryan, because I also am voting for Hand Covers Bruise.
Oh.
I think the Terminator theme is fine, but it's not one of my favorite like big themes. Really, it's not as memorable as a lot of the other themes. It just kind of is there for me. Whereas, even though I wouldn't have picked the Social Network. It actually would have been third on my list of those original scores for 2010 because it was such a bloodbath. That like piano with the really like fast strings behind. I mean, it just is such an iconic, instantly, it kind of like halts you when you hear it. That I think I would pick that one out. If I were just listening to both of them for the first time, I would gravitate to the Social Network theme. So I know it's a shock. Obviously, if I were picking movies, Social Network will get thrown to the side and wait for the Terminator. But since we're discussing score, Wars, late Terminator was your jam. He was pulling for it to make it to the final, I think. I'm not sure, but early here. All right, so we have another quite odd pairing. We have Axel F from Beverly Hills Cop going up against the Ben-Hur Overture. The Axel F, you may know from that little like frog
Crazy
meme
frog
thing that it became, but it first was written for Beverly Hills Cop. So there you go. All right, Ryan, you're up first.
I don't know. This one I'm just basing off which one I enjoyed listening to more. I'll go Axel F.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, like from a film connoisseur kind of perspective, we should go Ben-Hur. But like, I mean, Axel F. Come on, like it's so catchy. Like you can't it's stuck in my head right now. It probably will be until we get some like John Williams score coming up. So like, yeah, Axel F.
Everest.
Do I? No. Yeah, it's the Beverly Hills Cop. I mean, come on, it's so much fun to listen to. It is. When I saw this list, I was going down, and I was like, first I wasn't even sure exactly like what is the Beverly Hills Cop, and I 5 seconds in, I'm like, oh yes, I am ready to vote for this thing. I was so happy this re-entered my life. It's super iconic, super fun. Ben-Hur has great music, but gotta be this. Gotta be Beverly Hills.
Yeah, particularly that opening obviously is, perfectly grand to match Ben-Hur. It's beautiful music, but I mean, it became a meme. So maybe people think it's like a little bit grating. I don't know how people feel about it these days, but it's iconic. How could you not? Come on now. I mean, I have to vote for Axel F too. Like, no, no. All right. Well, next up, we have a superhero battle, which shouldn't be surprising, seeing as superheroes make up a decent amount of this list as well. They often have very iconic music. We have the Superman main theme from John Williams going up against Why So Serious, the Joker theme from The Dark Knight. And this one kicks off with Alyssa.
Why do I always get the hard ones? Man. So I don't know. Like this one's really hard. Like because the Superman theme is just such a iconic, bright, and Why So Serious is not. It's not bright and it's not as iconic, but it just and I like The Dark Knight so much more than Superman, but God, I can't believe I'm gonna vote against Dark Knight songs twice, but I gotta go the Superman theme here.
All right.
And I'm sick over it.
As a fellow Dark Knight mega fan, I resonate with that because the Joker theme is so great, and that whole character in The Dark Knight is just one of the best characters ever crafted and put to screen. Heath Ledger's performance, rest in peace. I mean, insanely good. But it's just iconic. Like the John Williams Superman theme is just so iconic. It was super easy to learn on the piano when I was in 7th grade and trying to impress all my friends. I was like, look, I can play the Superman theme, It's so bright, full of hope, fits that film perfectly, and I gotta go with Superman.
Ryan?
Yeah, same. It's got to be Superman. It's John Williams, man. Dark Knight, just that whole bank robbery sequence, and that Joker theme starts playing, and then he says, "I believe whatever doesn't kill you, it simply makes you stranger." It's so great, but that song's not the most memorable track from The Dark Knight. So But if we're talking like better films, The Dark Knight easily blows Superman out of the water. But that theme is way better. It's John Williams.
Yeah, I have to say, if I were just doing musicality, probably would actually go with Why So Serious. It just is so chaotic, and I think that lends itself to not being as memorable because it is just really chaotic to match this very chaotic character. But I mean, when you list off the most iconic superhero themes, regardless, it's hard to get more iconic and memorable than this John Williams Superman theme. So, as you said, it also does perfectly fit the film that he was composing for. So, I've also got to vote for Superman. Oh,
Where did Twitter go with that one?
They went with Superman.
Oh.
So they voted for the Dark Knight theme over Schindler's List, but they did vote for the Superman theme over the Why So Serious. All right, so here's an interesting one. Also, very different films. We have the Godfather Waltz going up against Path of the Wind from My Neighbor Totoro. And this one begins with Everest.
Okay, so I don't know how the rest of everyone is going to lie, but I'm thinking this could be maybe controversial or unpopular. I think I sent in the group chat when we were talking about this, when I saw that Path of the Wind was on this list, I was so excited because I watched My Neighbor Totoro for the first time last year, and this theme instantly caught my attention. As soon as that movie ended, I was looking it up. I was on YouTube trying to find it because I just think it's majestic and cheerful and so much fun to listen to. It's just a bop, and it's just really fun and fits that movie so well. It's a great movie, and it's a great theme. Obviously, The Godfather is known as like the greatest movie of all time, and it has a score and a theme to accompany that reputation. The Godfather Waltz is great, but I'm going Path of the Wind.
All right. Ryan?
Yeah, Path of the Wind, that's a beautiful song. Really good, but it's The Godfather for me. Like, that theme is so iconic. It's so beautiful at the same time. Like, whenever that music just plays, like, you know stuff's about to go down. And I just imagine Marlon Brando just giving us, I'm going to give him an offer he can't refuse. Nothing more important than that. It's The Godfather. That theme is just iconic.
Alyssa?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be Everest's Saw moment here. And I got to go Godfather here. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, I feel like it doesn't really need much like explanation because it's the Godfather theme song. Like, it's one of those like those movie themes.
No, I totally get it. Yeah, this is
So Godfather for me.
First of all, I personally agree, Tyler. The original Superman film is still the best Superman film. So there you go. Actually, I don't know. 2 is it's close for me, but I love Path of the Wind as well. Obviously, it was part of why it got onto this list. It necessarily wasn't on a bunch of most iconic movie score themes, but particularly obviously when they are like pulling up the tree at like near the end of Totoro. And this score just like takes over. It's amazing, and I love it and I adore it. But I can't get myself to vote against The Godfather Waltz. It's not only iconic, it infused like classical, obviously Italian instrumentation, and then redefined pretty much what we as Americans view as Italian music. Like, it became the de facto sound of Italy to the rest of the world. So even though, you know, it's not even necessarily Italy, but so it has to be The Godfather for me as well. I'm sorry, Totoro, I still love you. But all right, speaking of Superman, we're now updating the character just a little bit and taking Han Zimmer's crack at a theme for the character with Flight from Man of Steel, going up against the Lawrence of Arabia theme. And this one begins with you, Ryan.
You got to make me vote against a movie I haven't seen.
Oh.
I haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia, to be honest, but that theme is amazing. It's great music. I imagine it's a great movie, but it's Man of Steel here. Man of Steel is my favorite Superman movie, Tyler. That theme is amazing from Hans Zimmer. Regardless of how you feel about the movie, you can't, like, it's Hans Zimmer. It made a great score. Like, here's the thing. I didn't love Superman 1978. Like, that wasn't the movie that made me love Superman. Man of Steel made me love Superman. Just how they grounded him. They grounded him because of this beautiful score that plays. And that when he's flying up in the air, everything, that score is just, it's so powerful. So, yeah, this one's definitely Man of Steel.
Okay, Alyssa?
Okay, so to be honest, like, this is the first matchup we've had where I'm kind of like, I don't really love either score. Like, there's not one that I'm like, oh, it's so great, And I think partly that's because I don't really love either movie. Man of Steel is probably one of my least favorite DCEU movies. And Lawrence of Arabia, it's okay, but like,
The blasphemy.
I know. Again, I'm like voting for, against Ben-Hur. Now I'm like, Lawrence of Arabia. But like, it's okay. But,
It's long.
But from a thematic standpoint, I don't know. I think I'm just going to make this interesting since I really kind of don't like either and don't care about either. So I'm going to go with Lawrence of Arabia just to put the onus on you guys for making the actual decision.
Okay. All right, Everest, what about you?
I'm going to go with Ryan on pretty much all accounts here. I also have not seen Lawrence of Arabia. Hoping to get around to that as soon as I can. I bet it's fantastic. And that music is really good. I'm not one of Man of Steel's like biggest fans. I'm not John Campia over here, but I do think that score is probably the best part of the movie. I absolutely love the flight score from Hans Zimmer. I think it's great, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, so I don't love Man of Steel either. I'm sorry. I have lots of problems with Man of Steel across the board. One of them is not this particular theme, though, because I feel the where the film fails at really capturing me emotionally, Hans Zimmer ran in to be like, no, I need you to feel something when he takes this flight. Like, I need you to feel it and have this grandiose nature, where I don't think the narrative really does it as well. However, I actually really love the Lawrence of Arabia theme. I like the film. Film Twitter, don't come for me. Alyssa's the one who said she doesn't like Lawrence of Arabia.
Or Man of Steel. Like,
well, Man of Steel, I mean, that'll be a different group of
I won't take Man of Steel slander here.
Man of Steel. Yeah, that'll be a different group of fans that comes for you on that one, Alyssa. So I'm going to leave this one and give us our first actual tie, and I will also vote for the Lawrence of Arabia theme. However,
I wonder who on Twitter, though.
As you can imagine, the fan vote did vote for Flight. However, moving that song into the next round. All right. So next up, we have The Murder, aka the Psycho theme, going up against Wakanda from Black Panther. And Alyssa, you are starting us off on this one.
So the past few times, right, I've had a very difficult start, but finally I have one that I'm like, for sure, I know. I gotta go Bernard Herrmann and go. Gotta go with the Psycho theme. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies. It is one of those. Really, the whole score of Psycho is amazing. But that one's like, it's so evocative of the scene. I mean, it's like, it's the knife, it's the whole shower scene. Like, it's so good. And so yeah, without a doubt, 100% Psycho for me.
All right, Everest.
First off, I just want to say Ludwig Göransson is a future GOAT. I love what that man is doing, and he deserved the Oscar for Black Panther, even though I think Terrence Blanchard's Black Klansman score might be even better. But I got to go with Psycho as well. Everything Alyssa said, I totally agree with, and I also think it served as at least a little bit of inspiration for so many horror scores to come later. I mean, we have The Exorcist on this list, we have Halloween on this list, and I think you can hear Psycho in those scores. So I'm gonna go with Psycho.
I mean, even to add to that, the Reanimator theme is like
Yeah.
exactly Psycho. It's like this score that they just kind of barely changed. So yeah.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever isn't my favorite track in that Black Panther score. It's the Killmonger theme all day. Yeah, it's a great score. I love Black Panther as a movie, but it's what Alyssa said. It's Psycho. I mean, Psycho is one of the most iconic horror themes of all time. The shower scene, boy's best friend is his mother. Like, whenever that boom, 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 boom kicks, like, stuff just got real. Let's go. Psycho. Definitely Psycho.
Yeah, I love what Göransson did with the Black Panther score. I mean, he created like music for a nation inspired by obviously cultures here on actual Earth. But I mean, one of these literally transports you into the film. It literally transports you specifically into a specific scene. But even somebody who hasn't seen Psycho, if you play that clip to them, they know what movie it's from, they know what scene from a movie it's from. So I have to go with the murder from Psycho as well. All right, next up we have Gonna Fly Now, the Rocky theme, going up against the Batman theme 2022 from Michael Giacchino. And Everest, you kick us off on this one.
All right. So first off, I've seen the Batman twice at this point, and that movie, I love it. I think it is so great, and I'm so excited for what Matt Reeves will do in the future. And I think Giacchino's score is great. I think it's relatively simple for most of it, but it's so effective. With that said, I lived in Philadelphia for a year and a half. The Rocky score is absolutely everything to me. And so this is the first one where I'm just like bias all the way through. Gonna Fly Now.
All right, Ryan.
Fuck, man. Where do I go? Like, I listen to the Batman theme when I drive everywhere. Like, I pretend like a Batman. I listen to the Rocky theme when I'm jogging. Larry, damn it, man. Oh my god. I've listened to that Rocky theme like throughout my life. And the Batman just came out recently. Like, I gotta go Rocky. I gotta go Rocky. It's been around longer. I mean, I love the Batman theme, but no matter what wins, I'm happy.
All right, and Alyssa.
Yeah, I think with this one we kind of have like an opposite of recency bias because like it's just hard. Like it hasn't, maybe if we were doing this stream in like another 20, 30 years, like we would have had time for the Giacchino score to become this like epic, like iconic thing. And like to be honest, if like we were just looking straight at the songs and like just musically speaking, I think the Batman theme is a much better song. But like it's, and not that the use of it in Batman is not good, it really is, and it's very evocative of the moodiness and kind of the atmospheric quality, but like Gonna Fly Now is just so representative of Rocky, you know, and of just the like, you know, just the struggle and the trying to go for greatness and like all, it's just, yeah, I mean you got to go with Rocky here.
Well, Tyler definitely said this because the Batman theme made it very far in the Twitter and Instagram voting.
Wow.
It won this and then went on to make it to like the final 8. It just got eliminated in the last round of final 8.
Yeah, and can I just say, like, I love the Batman theme, but the Dark Knight theme is far superior. But the Dark Knight is out, so.
And on this specific one, I I just like the Batman theme more, so I would vote for the Batman theme. I'm going against iconic. I'm going against memorable. I find a hint of cheese to that Gonna Fly Now. That
I mean, a
maybe
hint,
more than a
like,
hint.
yeah.
I mean, a lot. I was trying to be nice. Which fits the film. It fits what it's going for. I just prefer the Batman theme as a song, and I will listen to it before I would listen to Gonna Fly Now. So this is one of the ones where I'm just going purely on which one I like better. But Gonna Fly Now moves on to the next round. So that
sorry, Pattinson.
So that's one of our first big upsets of a song that went way far in the other tournament. But next up, we have Chariots of Fire. Speaking of a little bit of cheese, going up against No Time for Caution from Interstellar. And this one begins with, who became the last one? I believe it is Ryan.
Interstellar.
Oh, that was no contest. Okay.
Definitely Interstellar. Like, that theme is so great. The piano that's playing. It's a lot of people made this analysis. It kind of feels like Hans Zimmer fell asleep on his organ, but it made this. It's so good. Like, I remember that scene when they're stuck in space, like their ship gets destroyed or something, and they're spinning around trying to get back to that. Like, I'm happy you picked that theme, Larry, because that theme is amazing. So, yeah, I'm definitely going Interstellar here.
All right, Alyssa.
So for this one, I feel like we should all be like going slow motion when talking about everything. No, but Chariots of Fire, like, it's just one of those songs that has like far transcended its movie. Like, nobody, like, I don't know, like, when I think of that, I never associate it with that film. Like, it's just like, oh, let's do a slow motion run, and like, you know, like, it's been parodied in so many things, and I think that almost hurts it in this fact that it's parodied in a way that isn't like living up to its nature in the film. It's become its own thing, and like, I don't know, it's so iconic. It's much more iconic than the Interstellar theme, but I think the Interstellar theme is much better, and like you said, certainly a lot less cheesy. So yeah, I gotta go Interstellar here too, even though Chariots of Fire is like so iconic. But
All right. Everest.
Yep, just gonna make this one quick. Chariots of Fire. I respect that it's on this list because it is so iconic, but it is Interstellar. Come on.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep being the contrarian and throw everything I said out for the last one, because I actually agree. I think No Time for Caution is a better song. Obviously, I mean, it's not. I think it is a better song, but maybe it's just my blind hatred of Interstellar as a film, and couple it with just the universality of Chariots of Fire.
It's my love for Murph. That's how we could say.
come on, Larry, do it in slow motion. If you're gonna say it, you got to do the slow motion.
And it's on the beach. Like, I mean, they parody the scene too. Like, it's not even just like the song; they parody the scene from the film. I have to go Chariots of Fire, but No Time for Caution moves to the next round. All right. So a little bit less, maybe. I mean, I guess depending on who you are, a little bit less cheese here. We have Breaking of the Fellowship from Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. And that is going up against Duel of the Fates from Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. And this round begins with Alyssa.
Well, Larry knows how I feel about both of these movies.
They can't, L'Oreal. They're just they just have some program to like kind of porn spam the chat. They can't hack you. It's cool.
So anyway, like these are two movies that I don't like. And yeah, so another one, start me with that. Jeez. I guess of this, so like I gotta go with Duel of the Fates. But yeah, more musically. But I don't know. I think that one well, honestly, if we're talking about like which one fits the film better, it'd probably be Lord of the Rings. But Duel of Fates is just more of an interesting score to me, an interesting theme. So I gotta go with that. But I don't. This is another one where I'm kind of like, I don't really care which one. So
All right, Everest.
Yeah, I definitely feel stronger about both of these than Alyssa, I guess, from what she said. I think Howard Shore's
most people
scoring for The Lord of the
Most
Rings
people,
is
particularly.
really what makes those movies. Like, I absolutely love the music in those films. But for me personally, even though The Phantom Menace is, as a movie, is just god awful for the most part, Duel of the Fates might be my one seed if I was making the seeding. I think Duel of the Fates is incredible. I love the use of the choir. It's just awesome. And as a Star Wars fan, to me, this is it, man. That Darth Maul duel is one of the best things in all Star Wars, and this music to accompany it is just perfect. I got to go Duel of the Fates.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, they said it. It's Duel of the Fates. I mean, say what you want about Phantom Menace, but Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi all fighting in the end when the Duel of the Fates kicks in. So great. And it's John Williams. Once again, he's the greatest composer of all time. And what was the first one again? Sorry, Larry?
Breaking of the Fellowship.
Oh, yeah. I love that Fellowship score. It's so beautiful, but I listen to Duel of the Fates more.
Yeah, as much. I mean, I love it's particularly like the little Hobbit theme is iconic from the Lord of the Rings films. They're just the best music is some of the quieter music in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and Fellowship of the Ring, and that pretty much goes with the song as well. It's hard to compete with something as like dynamic and lively as Duel of the Fates with something so subdued, no matter how great it is. So I also have to go Duel of the Fates. It's amazing. So John Williams instantly showed he was not playing by the same rules as George Lucas. Lucas may be asleep at the wheel behind the director's chair, but John Williams, he came to play yet again with the scores for those prequels. So yeah. Well, speaking of Star Wars and John Williams, up next we have the Imperial March going up against the main theme from Braveheart. And Everest, you kick this one off.
Easy.
Oh, man. I hate just being such a Star Wars fanboy, you know? I really do think the music in Braveheart is great. That movie is great. I need to rewatch it, but it's like 3 hours long, and I don't really have the time for that. But music is incredible. But the Imperial March, man, I was watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time. I was like 5 years old, and that music comes in, and you just know you're watching something special. Star Wars A New Hope already has a terrific score, and John Williams upped his game for the sequel. And this march is the gold standard of that film. It's so iconic. It's been parodied to death, but I still got to go with it.
All right, Ryan.
I love you, Braveheart, but Larry and Alyssa know Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie of all time. And the Imperial March is the greatest Star Wars music ever composed. So it's the Imperial March. Like, I feel bad for you, Braveheart, but come on, the Imperial March.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, so I agree with Ryan that this is the best, or at least in my opinion, right? It's my favorite Star Wars
Oh yeah, me too.
song. And so yeah, I mean this is no competition. Sorry, Braveheart, but we gotta go Imperial March here.
Like, yeah, so I could have wore any Star Wars shirt, but I specifically rocked this Vader shirt for a reason.
Why?
Because the Imperial March is my ish, it's my jam, it feeds my dark soul, everything it needs. And I mean, lots of characters specifically have themes, but I don't think any other like character specific theme evokes that character immediately. like, and it's so iconic that a lot of people don't even, I think, remember that this theme wasn't in A New Hope. I think they're, they just are like, oh, it's always been there for Vader, that they forget it was actually introduced in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And instantly became just as iconic as the opening crawl theme, like so fast. So yeah, easy. Sorry, Braveheart, but no. All right, next up we have He's a Pirate, aka the Pirates of the Caribbean theme, going up against the Suite from X2, also the kind of de facto X-Men recurring theme throughout their films. And this one begins with Ryan.
Oh, man. Both are great. I love the X-Men theme. It's very iconic, really great how it opens up the film. But this one I'm going to go off of what I enjoy listening to more. Like, what's the movie theme I'm going to put on over the other? I got to go Pirates. Like, that theme is so fun. Like, when that kicks off in the end credits of Curse of the Black Pearl, like, that pirate theme is amazing. And I was in marching band in high school. We played that our senior year, the Pirates of the Caribbean music. Like, that theme is just so iconic. Dun, 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 dun. It's so great. So I'm going to go Pirates here.
All right, Alyssa.
It's funny that Ryan mentioned that because I was going to say a similar thing. I wasn't in marching band, but I was in just like non-marching band, sitting band, whatever, regular band in high school. And we also played we played a lot of John Williams, but we also played this one. It was like a suite of like all of the. It was probably the same one that Ryan played.
Yeah, I played it as well.
We also played
4 for 4.
A Harry Potter suite
in band right now.
But yeah, like I mean, this one's kind of no competition for me. I gotta also go with Pirates of the Caribbean because it's like. I don't know. It's such an adventurous, like, just exciting kind of score. And like, it really gets you in the mood. And like, I mean, X2 theme's fine. Like, and it's a superhero theme, but like, there's no competition here.
All right, Everest.
Yep, I totally agree. I do think X2 is a good theme. I think there's better superhero themes that are on this list. And that Pirates theme, everything Ryan and Alyssa said, totally second, and it's just great. I've played it in marching band as well. We've played it so many times, and I never get sick of it because it's just so good.
Yeah, it's definitely one of like the funnest iconic themes. It's very lively, but just because it's not going to win, and I want it to have a vote, I am going to vote for the Suite from. I have a special place in my heart for all the X-Men films. I was so glad they brought this theme back in the later, because it was only in X2, but then they used it again for Days of Future Past and Apocalypse. So I was very happy, but it's hard to compete because to me, still the ultimate X-Men theme is the animated series theme. The animation theme is still top tier X-Men music, but I still love this one. But I mean, Pirates is undeniable, and it's moving on. All right, Cody, your time to shine has arrived. We have Hedwig's theme, aka the Harry Potter theme, going up against Battle of the Heroes from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. And this one kicks off with Alyssa.
So this is a very easy one for me because I gotta say, of all the Star Wars themes that are on this list, that's the one that I like don't really care about at all. And Hedwig's theme is just so iconic. And we were just talking about playing, the Pirates of the Caribbean song in band. Like we also played a Harry Potter suite and Hedwig's theme. Honestly, like I have not played trumpet since like I don't even know. Middle of high school, but like if I picked up a trumpet right now, I could still play this like like I'd still remember the fingering for this stupid song. And so Hedwig's theme for sure, 100%.
All right, Everest.
Yeah, Hedwig's theme gotta be it. This is probably the one time I'll vote against Star Wars. I think Battle of the Heroes, like it's a good score, and especially when you infuse Duel of the Fates into it, it elevates it. But as far as like comparing it to the other Star Wars on this list, it's not the best. And the Harry Potter suite in general is just terrific. So I got to go with Hedwig's theme.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I love that Revenge of the Sith score. It's so great. Well, we have enough Star Wars, so definitely Hedwig. I'm a Harry Potter guy. I grew up watching the movies. That theme is so iconic, and it's John Williams once again. That theme is amazing. Definitely Harry Potter. Come on now.
Yeah, this might be a hot take. I actually think Revenge of the Sith is the best singular film score of the Star Wars. It doesn't necessarily have any of the single best themes, but from start to finish as a score, I think it's the best. And I love Battle of the Heroes. I love that whole sequence is amazing. I think the music is amazing. And even not as a Harry Potter fan, though, it's hard to compete with just the theme of Harry Potter. I mean, it is so iconic. It is so universal. It's once again one of those things that you just know. It's just a very simple melody to begin, at least. I mean, it kind of ramps up to the like, like it's kind
That's the part I remember on trumpet.
I do find it interesting. I like when like character or specific themes become the theme of your whole film. Like this originating just as like Hedwig's theme ends up erupting into just your entire franchise. But yeah, I mean, it has to be Hedwig on this one. So we can't go
finally
through
Axel F is out of my head. Now I got Hedwig's theme.
Are you gonna watch the Harry Potter movies, Larry?
I think I'm gonna react to them on my channel, actually. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing. But our first time voting a Star Wars theme out of the tournament.
That broke my heart. That broke my heart. That was not easy.
Next up, we have maybe two a little bit underrated themes. I'm not sure, but they fall under the horror subgenre. We have Tubular Bells from The Exorcist going up against Gojira's theme from 1954's Godzilla. And this one kicks off with you, Everest.
All right, so I actually really like this Godzilla theme. It's from a super old movie, 1954. But it kicks ass. Like, this thing is fun to listen to, and it's great. I am gonna go Exorcist, just because I think there's something so simple about it that also just works perfectly for that movie. I can totally see Godzilla winning this, and I am absolutely fine with that. But Exorcist is one of those iconic horror scores. I love that movie, and this theme embodies it perfectly. So I'm going to go Exorcist, but both are great.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, so I was listening. The Exorcist I've seen, obviously, a great horror film, but that score kind of sounds jolly compared to the other one. But no, I love the Exorcist theme. It's great. The Godzilla theme is great too. I'll go Godzilla. I mean, they're both great themes, but I'll go Godzilla.
Alyssa.
So this one, this is one of those like unfair ones because Godzilla is great, but I mean, like, I don't know, Tubular Bells. I mean, like Mike Oldfield's like, and the weird thing, I think this might be like the only one on this list you got here that wasn't like, I mean, he released that on an album like half a year before the movie ever even came out. Like, it wasn't really. I don't think it was actually written for the movie. They just thought it worked. And so it became the theme for the movie. But so I think that's kind of like maybe a little weird one, maybe a little unfair for this list. But I mean, yeah, I mean, and I don't know if I would say it's jolly, but it definitely isn't necessarily, I don't know. I think for me, like it evokes that like Exorcist thing. It's creepy as hell to me, but yeah, I mean, I gotta go Exorcist here. So.
Okay. So this is really hard for me personally. The Exorcist is my favorite horror film of all time.
This is not hard for you. Let's keep it going.
And it is one of my favorite films. If you look at my Letterboxd top 4, you'll find The Exorcist there. I just love that Godzilla theme so dang much. When they introduced it for Godzilla King of the Monsters and did like a little bit of a revamp of that Godzilla theme and the Mothra theme, by the way, which is also amazing, in this new one, I lost my mind. I'm such a little Godzilla fanboy. He's over here. So just to tie it up, I am also going to go for Gojira's theme, giving us a tie and sending it to the votes, which did go to Tubular Bells from The Exorcist. I mean, another iconic horror sound. When you hear that little riff, anytime you instantly think Exorcist and see that light pole and the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I just say before we move on, Godzilla King of the Monsters is just underrated in general. That was a good movie.
I agree.
No.
All right. Next up, we have the main theme from Spider-Man 2 from Danny Elfman. Once again, popping up on this list with another superhero theme, going up against Call Me Joker from Joker. And this one begins with Ryan.
All right. Call Me Joker. And what was the other one?
The Spider-Man 2 main.
Oh, Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
Come on.
Right. All right.
It's really Spider-Man 2, man. That's the Spider-Man theme for me growing up. With Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2 and 3. Just iconic. Danny Elfman's the man. And Call Me Joker, Hilder's amazing dark score was great. She won the Oscar for that, rightfully deserved. But it's Spider-Man 2. Like, it's more fun to listen to.
All right. And Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta echo what Ryan said there. I mean, like, the Joker score overall is great, but like Spider-Man 2, that's like one of the iconic superhero themes for me. And certainly, like Ryan said, that's the Spider-Man theme for me. So definitely Spider-Man 2.
Okay. And Everest.
I love that Joker score. I think that is actually one of the more deserved best score Oscars in recent memory. I was super happy when she won, but it is Spider-Man 2. I mean, that it just emits such a feeling in me, like every time I hear it, that just takes me back to watching those movies for the first time. It's electric. It embodies Spider-Man perfectly, and I can just see him swinging through the streets of New York City when I hear that score. So it's got to be Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Call Me Joker, Hilder, represent for some female composers, finally breaking through and winning that Oscar. I think it's an amazing score as well, really evocative of the film, but especially in the superhero genre, it gets real difficult to defeat Spider-Man 2's theme. So, gotta go with Elfman once again. That guy sure knows how to make a good little superhero jig, huh? All right. Well, we're back to John Williams. It's been a couple little rounds here since we've talked about that one. We have the E.T. extraterrestrial theme going up against the end titles from Blade Runner. And this starts with you, Alyssa.
Okay, this is like a E.T. Like, I don't even have to explain it. Just E.T. I mean, we've been doing this an hour and 15. We got to cut down on...
Cool.
We're not even out of the first round yet, so...
All right. Everest?
Yeah, E.T. Let's get through this one quick. Yeah.
Ryan, do you dissent?
Yeah, Jay Vaders is going to kill me, but I don't care. Blade Runner, get out of here. E.T. Definitely E.T.
Yeah, E.T. has one of the more iconic movie themes of all time. Yeah. It's got to be E.T. All right, moving right along to another iconic John Williams score. Imagine that. We have the Raiders March, aka the Indiana Jones theme, going up against the Spider-Man theme from Michael Giacchino that kicked off in Spider-Man Homecoming. And this one begins with you, Everest.
Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-da. Listen, I love Michael Giacchino. I think that theme for Spider-Man has grown on me more as we've gotten more movies with Tom Holland Spider-Man, but it's got to be John Williams making another all-time iconic score with that Raiders March.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I love Michael Giacchino's Spider-Man score, all the way up from Homecoming to Far From Home to No Way Home. Just an incredible score from Michael Giacchino. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark, like Indiana Jones. I wanted to be him growing up, and hearing that theme when he's on the truck, like getting on the truck and all that. Just come on, man. It's Indiana Jones. I mean, it's Raiders. Definitely Raiders, man.
Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like that Spider-Man theme. It's not the best Spider-Man theme, as we've already established, but it is good. But this is one of those no competition ones. Like, definitely Raiders March. It's one of the most iconic movie themes ever, I think. So definitely Raiders March.
And I agree a lot with Everest. The Spider-Man theme has definitely grown on me for each film subsequently, and how they utilize it and kind of like remix it for whatever, like with No Way Home. But come on, it's the Raiders March.
The No Way Home part was my favorite of the score.
Yeah.
My
All right, next up we have Lux Alterna, aka the Requiem from a Dream theme. Maybe most famously used in the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers trailer, mind you. But that is going up against Portals from Avengers Endgame. And this starts off with Ryan. Oh,
Yeah.
Thanos
So Requiem for a Dream for him then, huh?
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, we'll put you down for
I
Requiem.
think Thanos will snap me if I don't go with Portals. I love
Right.
Requiem for a Dream. It's a great theme, but it's Portals. Come on.
Alyssa.
Next.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where, like, Portals is not like, I mean, Portals was one of those ones where, like, in the moment, it's so epic because it's the Portals scene, and, like, seeing it in the theater with a crowd, everybody freaking out, like, it definitely was more hard-hitting than, like, when you just listen to it on its own. But, like, Requiem for a Dream, I don't know, like, that, the score is okay, the movie's and so, yeah, I gotta go Portals for this one, but, yeah, I'm not, like, it's not my favorite Avengers theme, I guess.
Everest.
Yeah, so Requiem for a Dream is another one of the few movies I haven't seen that are in this list, because I don't know, man, everyone just keeps saying, oh, it's such a hard watch. Most people, like, some people don't even think it's that good. I'm sure I'll get around to it one day. This score, it was good. I enjoyed listening to it. It was kind of haunting in a way, but yeah, I got to go with Portals. I was there day one for Endgame in the theater. That scene is electric, especially being there with a crowd. Got to be Portals.
As great as it is, particularly in the film, I definitely have to go with the Requiem thing. I love it. I don't know. Again, maybe it's because it's dark and it's obviously a depressing film, but that, like, I don't know. I love it. It's when I honestly, if I were doing seatings, it would have been higher up on my personal, because I just love it. So I would vote for that. But Portals moves on. All right, next up, we have the theme from Star Trek, the motion picture, going up against Test Drive from How to Train Your Dragon. And this one begins with Alyssa.
This one's a weird one, like a weird, hard matchup. The Star Trek one is so iconic, but I think for me, honestly, I think I like the one I'm upset that you don't have in here. Is the Galaxy Quest theme song.
Well,
And honestly, that is like semi-inspired, obviously, by the Star Trek one. And I like the Galaxy Quest one far better. But oh man, How to Train Your Dragon, like that one and that scene. I mean, that score was up for an
Original
Oscar,
score.
right? Like
against Inception and Social Network.
I gotta go How to Train Your Dragon here, I think. But
Alright.
the Star Trek one, it's very iconic. So, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. But.
Everest.
Yep, Star Trek totally iconic. But listening to How to Train Your Dragon again in preparation for doing this was one of my favorite listens from this whole thing. I forgot about this score. It is incredible. I had such a good time going back and listening to it. Really, really just a super fun listen, and worked really well in those movies. Still, I feel like we don't talk about that trilogy enough. Those are 3 really good films. So I got to go with How to Train Your Dragon.
All right, Ryan.
Larry, you know where I stand on this. I mean, Larry knows I'm a big How to Train Your Dragon fan. Like, that whole series is so amazing, and that score is groundbreaking, absolutely amazing. And Star Trek, I'm not a Star Trek kind of guy. Like, I haven't seen a majority of them, but that theme is cool. But How to Train Your Dragon, no competition.
Yeah, Star Trek, obviously they certainly were trying to create their own Star Wars main theme with that first motion picture theme song, I'll say. And again, like Ryan, if you know me, you know how much I adore the How to Train Your Dragon films. I think that score is so freaking good, particularly for that test drive scene. So I also will be voting for Test Drive. And Fritzky, don't worry, it's here. We just haven't quite gotten to it. This is at the bottom of the list. So, whoosh. All right, next up, we have the theme from Dr. No, which went on to become the general James Bond theme, going up against the theme from RoboCop. And this one begins with Everest.
So I wasn't too familiar with the RoboCop score before this. I think I've seen that movie once, and going back and listening to it was definitely fun. But the James Bond score is also up there with the most iconic in film history. It's embodied an entire franchise, which is one of the most popular franchises of all time. And it starts off pretty much every movie. It's great. I got to go with that. It's got to be my pick.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, the RoboCop song is cool, but James Bond, that theme is iconic. It opens up every Bond movie, pretty much. Come on, definitely James Bond for sure.
All right, Alyssa, I just can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Da-da, yeah, I mean, gotta go Bond here. Like, oh geez, I already forgot what it's going up against. It's so it's so obvious.
RoboCop.
RoboCop. The RoboCop one. That's one that's like I never think of the RoboCop theme, but like listening to it, like it is fun. Like it's a good theme. It kind of gets rocking a little bit. I did like it, but I mean, there's no competition against the James Bond theme. Like, yeah, James Bond.
I wish the Casino Royale theme was in here.
Oh, well, yeah, I have to echo. I mean, it's easily Dr. No. It's the Bond theme. Sorry, RoboCop. You're one of those ones. It's fun when you listen, but most people can't pick you up out of a lineup, RoboCop. I'm sorry. So, and everyone instantly knows that Bond theme. So, all right. Speaking of probably another lopsided one, we have the Jurassic Park theme going up against Ice Dance from Edward Scissorhands. And this one starts off with you, Everest. Everest, sorry. I kind of teetered off.
Yeah. Jurassic Park is going to be the pick here. I said Duel of the Fates might be my number 1 seed if I was making this seeding. Jurassic Park might be my number 2. It is so majestic, so iconic. The Welcome to Jurassic Park scene in general, just one of the most memorable, amazing scenes in cinematic history. I love that movie. It's in my top 4 favorite films of all time, and this theme is a big reason why.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, Jurassic Park is my favorite John Williams score of all time, and it's my favorite Spielberg film of all time. Like, what the Welcome to Jurassic Park moment, the score just comes right in. when they're flying into Jurassic Park, like how could you not go Jurassic Park? And I'm sorry, what was the other one, Larry?
It's Ice Dance from Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands has a beautiful score. I love Edward Scissorhands.
Don't worry, we'll be revisiting Edward Scissorhands actually a little bit
Yeah,
later in the
Ice
list.
Dance, it's not my favorite in that, but it's Jurassic Park. Come on.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah. I mean, gotta go Jurassic Park over this one. I mean, yeah, just Jurassic Park.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's Jurassic Park. I do think Ice Dance is actually really beautiful as a song, but it just can't compete here at all. So, Jurassic Park, on to the next.
John Williams all the time.
This has just become the John Williams turn.
You know, what more would you expect? But next up, we have the theme from Shaft going up against the Magnificent Seven theme. And Ryan, you kick us off here.
I'm going to go the Shaft theme.
All right.
More fun.
All right, Alyssa.
So I actually think the Magnificent Seven theme is more fun, but I do like the Shaft one, and this might be the only one that actually has like lyrics technically, right? Because this one Shaft, like it just has a little thing in there. But but I gotta go Magnificent Seven here. That one's just like, hey, this is our first like that's not Morricone, right? So I think that might be our only non-Morricone Western theme on here, but
it's a little too fun to be Morricone.
Yeah,
I think.
So yeah, Magnificent Seven for me.
All right, Everest.
This one is it's close for me. I do like Magnificent Seven. I think it is fun indeed, but I do think it's pretty derivative of just a lot of Western scores, like in general. So I'm gonna go Shaft. I think it's unique enough, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, so Shaft obviously is very fun. But out of the Westerns, I think the Magnificent Seven has one of the most identifiable like themes. Like it's a pretty iconic riff that is still kind of, I don't know, almost synonymous with like a Westerny trope. So I'm gonna go with the Magnificent Seven on this one, as much as I love Shaft. And the popular vote actually was the Magnificent Seven.
What?
So that one will move on to the next round.
I would have thought Twitter would go Shaft for sure.
Me too, but they like that old Western, I guess. All right, next up we have the Avengers Suite from the Avengers going up against the end credits from the Incredibles. And so this one will kick off with Alyssa.
So this is going to be another Saw moment, I think, but I adore the Incredibles theme. Like, that is my favorite Pixar movie, and I just love that theme. And so the other, like, again, I already forgot like what the other one. It's the one that, okay, yeah. So that's gonna obviously win. I know that, but like Incredibles, like Incredibles is incredible. I don't know if it's within reach here. I don't think it is, but that one, I love the Incredibles theme. I think so the kind of theme that's used throughout Casino Royale. I know Ryan mentioned that earlier, but it always makes me think of the Incredibles theme. Like Incredibles came first, just saying, but but Incredibles for sure.
All right, Everest.
First off, I do want to second what Alyssa said. The Incredibles theme is awesome. That movie is terrific. It is still in my top 5 Pixar movies. It's not my favorite, but I love Incredibles. But the Avengers theme basically defined my life for like 8 years. I mean, I was obsessed with that. One of my favorite movie moments of all time will still always be the original circle shot in that first Avengers movie as this theme blares. I don't even know if it's like the most well-crafted, like musicianship-wise. It's gotta be the Avengers theme for me.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, The Incredibles has an amazing theme from Michael Giacchino, and the end credits, I like to call that. Just the jazz music, like everything, so cool. It's awesome. But I gotta go with Everest in the Avengers. Like that is the essential superhero score for me. Like for Marvel, like the Avengers theme when they're gathering in New York for the very first time, and that theme starts playing from Alan Silvestri. It's just absolutely iconic. It's the Avengers for me.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have portals without the Avengers theme. It's kind of a base of that song there. I do love The Incredibles as well. I think it's probably Pixar's best score of all of them, which could be saying something. I think it certainly has the most identifiable, just like theme score. You know,
Yeah.
and it's great. I love the jazzy tone, but I also have to vote for The Incredibles. And prove Alyssa's hunch correct. All right. Well, next up we have a very classic with the Pink Panther theme going up against Paul's Dream from 2021's Dune. And Everest, you are kicking us off with this one.
So I feel like I'm going to bring up a lot of what we said when we were talking about the Batman theme. In that Dune, it's just too new for me. Like, I think it's a great score. I think it deserves to be nominated for the Oscar. Will it win? I don't know. I haven't really looked into a lot of the predictions. So yet this year, I think with the Hans Zimmer name, it's got a good shot. But I think it's a great score. But again, it's just I haven't had enough time to sit with it. I watched the movie. It was great in the movie, but Pink Panther has been around so long and is so iconic. Think that's gotta be the one.
All right, Ryan.
I'm the opposite on Everest here. The Pink Panther, I never had a nostalgia for the Pink Panther series. Like that theme is iconic, obviously, but it's great. But I've listened to Hans Zimmer's Dune score on loop since the movie came out. Like the
You don't need Larry singing.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that Dune score, man. It's just something that it still resonated with me since I saw that movie. You know, so I'm gonna go the Dune score here. Call me Mr. Recency Bias.
All right, Miss Dune hater. I mean, Alyssa. No.
You just really want all these Twitter people after me, making them know all these movies I don't like. So I got to disagree with Mr. Recency Bias over there. I go doo 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 doo. Yeah, Pink Panther for sure. I mean, like, it's great in the movies. It's got the slinkiness of like just the Clouseau character. Like, Pink Panther.
All right, and yeah, it was actually difficult. As much as I love Dune's score, it was kind of hard to like narrow. That was one of those scores that's a little bit difficult to narrow down. We have the definitive moments of like the bagpipes or that woman's like
the
like
woman's
chant.
Ryan's thing.
Ryan's chant,
impression.
which is part of this. It's just so hard. Again, another score that has stood such a test of time. I mean, this is one of the older scores that has remained so iconic that I have to go with the Pink Panther score as well. I'm sorry, June. And thank you so much, Young. I appreciate it. Love.
I tried, Tyler.
From Colorado.
Tyler, I'm going to resist the stand and the spice. No.
All right. So next up, we are dipping back into the horror genre with the theme from Halloween, going up against the theme from The Great Escape. And this one begins with, I believe it is Alyssa.
So
no,
this is no.
No, well, you can go. I got that
I don't
wrong.
care.
But
I mean, you skipped me earlier at one time. You gave, I think, somebody twice in a row. I don't care. Me?
You go.
Okay.
Take it away, Miss Alyssa.
So this is one of those just unfair ones. Clearly, the seating has not worked in The Great Escape's favor. That is such an awesome movie. That is such a great theme. I got it not within reach. So good. But I mean, the Halloween theme is just probably, I would say, even more iconic than Tubular Bells. Like that might be. I don't know. Probably not as iconic as Psycho, but I don't know. Halloween theme, gotta go with it.
All right, Everest.
Yep. I won't waste time. It's gonna be the Halloween theme. Respect to The Great Escape, and that music, but it's got to be Halloween. So iconic.
Ryan.
Yeah, same. Like, which score do I pop in? Like, Halloween, for sure. Like, The Great Escape, it's cool. I respect it, like Everett said, but it's Halloween. Halloween's iconic.
Yeah, it's Halloween's theme. I'm sorry. John Carpenter, who knew he could just create such an iconic theme song, too? God, what in the world? But, all right, next up, we have the theme from Back to the Future going up against Is She With You, aka the Wonder Woman theme from BVS. And this one starts off with you, Everest.
Oh, boy. This is tough for me. I love the Back to the Future movies so much, and I do not love BVS so much. But that Wonder Woman theme and Wonder Woman in general, I think is the highlight of BVS. When she comes in, it's great. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Back to the Future. Those movies just mean so much to me. I have so much nostalgia for them in that theme. I am totally cool with either winning here, but Back to the Future for me.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, same. I'm not going to go the recency bias route. It's the classic Back to the Future. I mean, I've listened to that score so much on loop. It's iconic. It's Back to the Future. I love that Wonder Woman score. It's great, but Back to the Future, it's timeless, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean this is another like evil seating here.
Yeah.
Because like I love the Wonder Woman theme song. Like that is just like it's like it just gets rocking and then the drums come in and it's just so good. Like I love that theme. But like Back to the Future is just it's Back to the Future, man. Like it's in all the movies. It's just one of those just iconic songs, and it hurts to go against the Wonder Woman theme because that's like probably one of my favorite things about many of those movies. But yeah, Back to the Future.
I know when I saw how the seating worked to like put the matchups, I died because it killed me because I knew this would be the result, and I adore that Wonder Woman theme. It's like the best, literally the best part of all of BBS is her entrance, and when that like electric cello just comes like screeching through, and you're like, "Whoa, what is going on?" Like. But it's amazing. So I'm just because the other three votes have been Back to the Future, it's already decided. I will vote for the Wonder Woman theme because I'm also a Wonder Woman stan. So yeah. All right. And then our final two matchups of round one. We have Now We Are Free from Gladiator going up against the theme from Edward Scissorhands. And this one kicks off with Ryan.
So you remember I had to vote against Edward Scissorhands. This one, I am voting for Edward Scissorhands. That score is just beautiful. It's also haunting, and it's just very depressing. Like, Edward Scissorhands, Johnny Depp, amazing performance in there. Just that score is so beautiful. I love Edward Scissorhands. And Gladiator also has a very beautiful score, too, but I'm going to go Edward Scissorhands, though.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I remember earlier in the stream, I can't remember who it was that was like all for the Gladiator theme to win, but I'm going to disappoint that person.
It was Tyler.
It was Tyler.
Yeah, sorry, Tyler. I'm going to disappoint you. I got to go Edward Scissorhands here too. Danny Elfman's theme is great. And like, honestly, like the Gladiator theme, like it's another one of those like whatever kind of themes for me. Like the movie's good, but Yeah, Edward Scissorhands.
Right, Everest.
I'll give Tyler a little fighting chance here, and I will vote for Gladiator. I know some people think it's like it is meh or it's like over dramatic or whatever. I think it's pretty beautiful, and I remember just watching Gladiator. It was a big standout of the movie for me personally. Han Zimmer once again involved heavily, so I'll give Gladiator a vote.
All right, Tyler. I
Tyler's
mean,
doing this to us
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
I have only one Funko Pop up here, and it is my depressing little boy, Edward Scissorhands. I have just watched Edward Scissorhands many more times than I've ever watched Gladiator. I'm sorry, Tyler. That I love the score. Obviously, I included it twice. So I have to vote for the Edward Scissorhands theme, and we will escort Gladiator out of the room. All right. And our final matchup of round one, it's been mentioned a couple of times in this chat. We have the theme from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly going up against Married Life from Up. And I do believe this one kicks off with Alyssa.
Of course. Oh, God.
This has to be this one.
This one sucks. I hate these seedings.
Damn, this is a tough one.
I love that Up score. Oh, God. But, like, how do you, like, because I'm first, right? I'm gonna let you guys like do the hard work here of actually deciding. So I love the Up score, but Morricone, we've like kicked him out already. We gotta give him a fighting chance here. So I'm going Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, though I love the Up score as well.
All right, Everest.
Man, why did the seeding have to do this? I mean, this is so hard, and this is maybe the best example we'll kind of see of like just pure iconicness versus, you know, a very more like classical musician, like sort of somber piece. God, it's such a hard choice, and Morricone, he is such a legend. First off, you know, Up was really big for me. I first watched it going through a pretty hard time in my young life, and I think the first 10 minutes of Up is the best of that movie. I think the first 10 minutes is responsible for its Best Picture nomination. I got to go Married Life, even though it's so iconic. You know, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. You can't argue with that. So either way, I'm good, but Married Life.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, Larry, this is the toughest matchup I'd say so far. Now, I know I love Up as more than Larry did, but that score is beautiful, man. Like, as soon as that opening monologue ends, like, tears, absolute tears. But it's got to go iconicness, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, that theme is like one of the most iconic themes in cinema. Woo! It's just so great. But you watch 3 hours of that movie and then get to that payoff with all three of them. You got Lee Van Cleef, you have Clint Eastwood, and Eli Wallach. That theme is playing, the stare downs. It's got to be the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, I know I said the Magnificent Seven is somewhat of a de facto and like happier, I think. But when it comes to Shootout specifically,
yeah, that's one of those parodied ones. Like,
I mean, yeah, usually you can tell if they become memed, if they become parodied. Yes, at some point someone found them to be funny, but it just kind of cements just how iconic they are in the landscape of pop culture, in a film, of whatever it is. I also have to vote for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Giacchino strikes again with Up, and an amazing score from him there. But
he won Best Score for that, didn't he?
Yes,
he did.
Yeah,
yes, he did. I mean, it is an amazing score, but it's hard. Another really
it's
old
no
song.
Incredibles,
It's hard.
but
yeah. All right.
Incredible.
Let's do it. Kicking off round 2, we have a John Williams match-off. We have...
Only an hour and 50 minutes to get through the first round.
Surprising, huh?
Yes, we're kicking off with Williams. We have Star Wars' main title going up against the theme from Schindler's List. And Ryan, we'll let you kick off the round like you did round 1.
Yeah, so, okay. There's other Star Wars themes that I'm bigger fans of than the original theme. The original theme is iconic. Like, we all know the original Star Wars theme is amazing, right? But I don't want it to be too much Star Wars, you know? So I'm going to go Schindler's List. I think Schindler's List is a very powerful score. It's very important. And John Williams doing something different other than a Jurassic Park or a Star Wars or Harry Potter. So I'll go Schindler's List.
Or Raiders of
E.T.
Lost Ark.
Yeah, so,
All right, Alyssa.
well, I wasn't expecting that. So, I'm actually going to go Schindler's List as well. I do like that. That is my second favorite Star Wars theme. I'm not even like a big Star Wars person. Like, they're okay, but like, I do like that song. But Schindler's List song's amazing, and I thought it had no shot, so I wasn't even like thinking it. But yeah, let's go Schindler's List. Let's kick some John Williams off. Well, actually, it's more John Williams, isn't it?
I mean, either way, John Williams is losing anyway.
Well, let's kick some Star Wars off. So.
He's got like 15 left or 10.
All right, Everest.
Okay, so there would come definitely a point in this tournament where I would pick against this main Star Wars theme. However, that time has not come yet. Schindler's List, I do love, but I got to make it at least a little bit interesting. I got to put it to Larry. I'm gonna go for Star Wars main theme.
I agree with Cody. The Home Alone theme.
I'm sorry, Cody. I let you down.
Larry, this is we know where Twitter went with this. I don't even need you to tell me where Twitter went with this. So come on, don't let us down, Larry.
I'm sorry, I have to let you down. I have to vote for the Star Wars main theme. I love Schindler's List, and I do. It's such a beautiful music. It's just Star Wars is such a defining aspect to my entire life that I can't. And that theme has so much to do with it. There's very few experiences than sitting in a movie theater and getting that blast, the trumpet, like, bah! Right in your face.
Hey, we got some Larry singing.
To introduce you to what you
Join
are.
me.
Like, what other theme literally takes one note? I mean, I guess there's a couple, but you know, it's one of those things. Literally, you just need that blast to come in, and you know instantly what you're in for.
Yeah.
And yes, Schindler's List actually lost in the first round on Twitter to The Dark Knight, and Star Wars is one of our final 4. So this is easily the main title. I'm sorry. All right. Moving along, we have Hymn to the Sea from Titanic up against the 1989 Batman theme. And Alyssa, you begin this one.
I hate starting. Man. We got a lot of Batman, so let's go Titanic.
Oh, all right. I will say most of the Batman got wiped out already, but
Okay, let's go Titanic.
Right. Perfect. Everest.
Yeah, like what I said in round 1, voting for Titanic. I absolutely love the score. I think it's so beautiful. But again, that Danny Elfman Batman score was so defining for me, and just in everything I watched, whether it was the Michael Keaton movies or the animated series, which was a huge part of my childhood, the Lego Batman games, it's still my Batman theme, and I'm going to keep voting for it here.
All right. And Ryan.
Well, yeah, most of the Batman themes did get kicked off, or maybe we had too much Tim Burton or too much Danny Elfman. I don't know. But
this is quite a bit of him too.
Okay, yeah, Titanic. I love that theme. It's iconic. It's beautiful. But the Batman theme, like, I got to go based off what do I listen to more compared to these two. I listen to the Batman theme more, so I'm gonna go with Danny Elfman's Batman theme.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of showed my hand in the first. I told y'all it's like one of my favorite superhero themes, period. So I also have to vote for Batman. So I'm sorry, Horner. I'm sorry. You're great, but we got to go Batman here. All right, next up we have Time from Inception up against Hand Covers Bruise from The Social Network. And Everest, you are up first.
Ooh, I like this matchup because I feel like these pieces sort of like go like they have at least similar aspects in each other. Obviously, Social Network gets a lot more going on in it, but at least for some parts, they're kind of comparable. They're both fantastic. They both competed for an Oscar in 2010, so this is fun. But I'm gonna stick with Time here. I showed my hand a little bit in that first round. I absolutely love Time and just think it's amazing. So I got to go with that.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, The Social Network, great, beautiful score, haunting, like we talked about in round one, the basses and everything that Reznor and Ross did. But Inception created a lot more original, dream-like songs into there, and that Time song, it's iconic. Like people use that song in montages for movie clips or stuff. Like people use that song today, so it's got to be Time. Hans Zimmer.
Alyssa.
Well, I think I know where you're gonna go, Larry. So I'll just. I voted against Time in the first round, so I'll stick with Hand Covers Bruise here. But I know it's gone.
Yeah, I'm definitely voting for Time. I'm sorry, Hand Covers Bruise. It was a good run. You survived a round, so good on you. But it's over. All right. Well, now we have Axel F. Almost said Axel X. Axel F going up against the Superman theme. And Ryan, you are first here.
Yeah, Axel F, you were fun to listen to, but Superman. I mean, that Superman theme, iconic, like we talked about, iconic is a huge part of this tournament. What is more remembered? Superman, that theme has held up 40 plus years. So, Superman.
All right, Alyssa.
Well, I think Axel F is the one that I remember more. Like if you were just like come up with a theme song and like I'd be like, so yeah, Axel F. Keep it going.
All right, Everest.
I mean, it's almost as old anyway. It's not like
true. Yeah, but
it's only a couple years younger.
As fun as Axel F is, I do think I'm gonna side with Ryan on this one and go Superman. I just think it's so iconic, and again, if we're going off like themes that embody their movie the best, this has to be right up there. So I'm going with Superman.
We're just going to keep leaving Alyssa as the odd person out in this second round, I guess, because I'm also going to.
I was hit the first round.
I'm sorry, Alyssa. Sorry, Axel F. I just feel like Axel F is a little bit more a product of its time compared to a little bit more timeless of a tune when it comes to Superman. So that's where I will keep my loyalties here. All right, next up, we have the Godfather Waltz up against Flight from Man of Steel. And Alyssa, you kick us off.
Godfather. I'm sorry, we just keep it going fast, but Godfather, obviously.
Everest.
Yeah, I know I voted against Godfather Waltz in round one, but that's just because Path of the Wind has my heart and soul. But I'm gonna vote for it here. As much as I love the Man of Steel score, Godfather Waltz.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm with Everest. The Man of Steel score is amazing. Like, I'm glad it made it to this round, but yeah, Godfather's going to take this one.
I also have to vote for the Godfather. All right.
Included this time.
Is that? Well, this might be an interesting one. We have The Murder from Psycho up against Gonna Fly Now from Rocky. And Everest is up first.
You got to start with me for this one. Feel like I'm gonna take over Alyssa's role for this round and be the odd one out. I got to stick by my Gonna Fly Now. The amount of workouts I have done to this music is unbelievable, and it embodies Rocky, who I feel like embodies me, embodies that entire city of Philly where I lived. Definitely personal bias, but I just think it's iconic. super fun to work out to. It just embodies that character so well. I got to go with it, but we'll see what everyone else has to say.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly now. Rocky. I listen to it a lot. The Psycho theme's great, iconic, both iconic, but I'm gonna fly now.
And Alyssa.
Well, the amount of workouts I've done to the Psycho theme song, but yeah, like Psycho, like no question. Like I'm sorry guys, but Psycho.
Okay, so
Hey, Larry, remember cheesiness.
I hope somebody is in the chat right now because these both got knocked out in the first round of the online voting. And I'm about to tie it up because I am going to vote for the murder from Psycho. So we really have no type of tiebreaker. Cody, are you around? Tyler, are you there?
Cody, yo, Adrian.
Can somebody vote in the chat? Oh, okay.
No.
So
Yo, Adrian.
Alyssa
It's
was
not fair. It's not fair because it's his brother.
Cody said Rocky.
Well, Tyler voted Gladiator, so he automatically loses. So, unfortunately, it looks like it's going for Gonna Fly Now. Tyler, you betrayed us all.
Let's go, Ryan. We did it. We got it through one
Horror
more
fan, are you,
Not
Tyler?
fair.
All right, next
There's
up.
some nepotism there, I think. We got
we have-
brothers voting for each other's picks.
All right, we have No Time for Caution from Interstellar up against Duel of the Fates from The Phantom Menace. And this one kicks off with Ryan.
Yeah, so this is where I'm going back to the Star Wars train. Duel of the Fates. Interstellar, great score, but Duel of the Fates, for sure.
All right, Alyssa.
Well, I'm probably gonna keep my my losing streak here, but I'm gonna go Interstellar.
Perfect. And Everest.
So I think if we're looking like entire movie scores, Interstellar has is one of the best scored entire films I've ever seen. Like if you go through all of that movie, it's incredible what Hans Zimmer did. But if we're going piece to piece with Duel of the Fates, it's Star Wars.
Yeah, this one isn't too much of a contest for me. It's easily Duel of the Fates on my end. So sorry, Zimmer. The OG takes it this time around. John Williams moving on. All right. Our third Star Wars piece, we have a very interesting a battle, I would say. We have the Imperial March going up against He's a Pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh.
And this one does begin with Alyssa.
Oh God. So like I said, this is actually my favorite Star Wars song, but I mean, I gotta go back to band, right? And like we never played the Star Wars music in band. We played Harry Potter, we played Pirates of the Caribbean, and like I know you guys are all gonna vote for Star Wars.
Come on.
And Star
It's
Wars
such
is
a
in
fun
so many
trumpet
times.
part.
I
The
know.
trumpet part of Imperial March
I
is
know.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's the
I
best
know.
part.
I'm gonna go Pirates, but like I know I'm losing again. So. There's too much Star Wars. There should have been a one song per film or one song per franchise rule.
I was to say it has to be. They're all from different films, just the same franchise.
One per franchise.
All right, and Everett.
I'm sorry, Alyssa. I truly am. But yeah, Imperial March.
All right, Ryan.
Grogu, Imperial March, right? Yes, Imperial March.
He likes pirates. What are you talking about?
I mean, I love the melody specifically of the Pirates theme, but once again, I mean, I didn't wear this shirt for nothing. I'm sorry. I have to vote for the Imperial March.
You have too many Star
I feel
Wars
like Darth Vader
fanboys
will
on this
choke me if
side.
I
I'm
go
sorry. Okay.
I feel like Darth Vader will choke me if I go against my favorite movie of all time.
Yes. All right. Next up, we have Hedwig's theme going up against Tubular Bells. And Everest, you kick us off on this one.
Oh man. I feel like we this really could have just been a John Williams tournament. Like when we look at all this, got to go with Hedwig's theme. It's just, I mean, it embodies that entire franchise, which is one of the biggest on the planet, and it's so great. I'm gonna get it through at least one more round. We'll see where it ends up with the matchups, but gonna go with it.
Yeah,
Right.
it might have well just been the John Williams throwdown. I mean, which is the score that I listen to more often out of these two? Tubular Bells or Hedwig's Theme? Hedwig's Theme. I've said it many times. Harry Potter fan, that theme, I listen to it constantly. So, Hedwig's Theme.
Alyssa?
So as much as I want to vote against Cody's favorite out of spite for the Psycho vote, I gotta go Hedwig's Theme. Like, there's no, I mean, trumpet again, man. I gotta go with my band songs from high school. So yeah, I mean Hedwig's Theme. Cody.
Okay, well, just because it's decided and I didn't vote for it in the first round and I felt blasphemous, I'll vote for Tubular Bells because I'm an Exorcist fanboy in comparison to Harry Potter, and that's the only reason. So, but Hedwig's Theme clearly will move to the next round. All right, next up we have the Spider-Man 2 theme going up against the E.T. theme. And Ryan, you kick us off on this one.
This is one of the rare instances I will vote against John Williams and go Spider-Man 2, Danny Elfman.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
I am also
Spider-Man 2.
a brass player, by the way. Tubas, low brass represent over here.
Percussion.
Okay?
Yo, I'm percussion too, right?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Alyssa.
This is a really hard one. Geez. Like I said, Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite, definitely the best Spider-Man theme. It's one of my favorite superhero themes. Incredibles might be a little bit better, but but E.T., man, it's E.T. Like, I guess Spider-Man 2, but it hurts.
All right, Everest.
Man, I thought I would be in a position of like deciding something here, or at least tying something up, or I thought this would be a close matchup, which I guess it is, but Spider-Man 2, I just think as much as that ET score is iconic and great, Spider-Man 2 for a while was like the superhero theme of a whole decade, and so I got to go with it.
All right, and I mean, it's not like Danny Elfman is underrepresented in the second round. Let's be clear, but he's even as well represented as he is. He's like a fourth of the John Williams representation. So we all love the ET theme, but I too am gonna go ahead and move Elfman's Spider-Man theme to the next round. All right, next up. We have the Raiders March, the Indiana Jones theme song, going up against Portals from Avengers Endgame. And Alyssa, you kick us off on this one.
So this is like a no-brainer. This might be our easy, at least for me, this might be the easiest round 2 one we've had. Definitely Raiders March.
All right, and Everest.
Yeah, when we get to the actual original Avengers theme, may be a tougher choice, but we're going Raiders March for sure.
And Ryan.
Okay, Thanos. I think the original Avengers theme is the superior Avengers theme here. So, but it's Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, there's no competition.
Yeah, Portals is a great theater experience. If you're voting, maybe that would, if it was theater experience theme songs, that
still
would
Raiders.
I mean, I don't know about that. I didn't experience Raiders in the theater. I'm too young,
I
Alyssa.
didn't
wish
either.
I
I'm
could
not
see
that
it.
old. I'm only like a year older than you, Larry. Take it easy.
But I have to vote for Raiders March. So John Williams is back on the winning side of things in this one. Bye, Alan Silvestri. You got one
Get
more
the
chance.
comment, people. John Williams fans.
Maybe that's where you're getting all the porn bots. They're just really into John Williams.
You know,
Yeah.
they hear that music, and it's the quintessential porn music.
They're just waiting every time Shaft comes up.
I better get
That's when
my
the porn
hand
bots are gonna
ready
come
now that
back.
we're saying that word so much. They're probably gonna pop back in. But all right, next up we have Test Drive from How to Train Your Dragon up against Dr. No Theme, and I believe it is Everest who kicks us off on this one.
Oh boy. Man, this is tough because again, Dr. No is so unbelievably iconic and has been used in so many Bond movies. But I'm honestly gonna go Test Drive. I know Ryan's gonna be happy with that. There's just the feeling I get listening to that is just so superior to anything I get from listening to the Dr. No theme. So I'm gonna go How to Train Your Dragon.
All right, Ryan.
Yes, that James Bond theme's iconic. I love the way it opens up with the gun barrels. It's great. But we got to go How to Train Your Dragon. We need to give it some love. Like, that score is amazing.
Alyssa.
I think you guys are crazy. So, How to Train Your Dragon's gotten enough love so far. I'm going Bond all the way here.
Well, we're going to leave Alyssa out on the outside once again because I'm going to go for Test Drive. I've never been, listen, I like Bond well enough, but I've never been a big fan. And a Test Drive just gets me. It gets me in those fields. So I'm also voting for Test Drive. All right. Well, moving right along, we have Jurassic Park's theme up against the Magnificent Seven theme. And Ryan, you kick this one off.
Bum, 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 bum. Jurassic Park, come on now. Magnificent Seven theme is great, like we talked about. It's a lot of fun. But it's Jurassic Park.
Alyssa?
Yeah, I mean, Jurassic Park, obviously. Magnificent Seven barely squeaked in. It just got in because of the Twitter vote, which was surprising. So, definitely Jurassic Park here.
All right, Everest.
Yeah, for me, this is the easiest of round two. We're going Jurassic Park.
Yeah. I mean, what? Jurassic Park reminded me of my childhood with dinosaurs roaming the earth and all. So I have to go with that, I guess. We'll go.
I mean,
with
I don't
Jurassic
remember
Park.
that when I was a kid, but maybe you are a lot older than I thought.
Right. Well, then we have the Avengers theme from the Avengers going up against the Pink Panther theme. And this one kicks off with Alyssa.
I'm still like, I'm annoyed by the Avengers theme. I can't remember what it kicked out, but it kicked out something I liked. What was it?
The Avengers theme that took down. Oh, The Incredibles.
Oh, God, yeah.
Incredibles.
No Avengers.
Better.
You're out. Pink Panther, because I know it's not going to win. So
Okay.
I'm just going to be the weird out who's voting out of spite because the superior the superior superhero theme lost earlier. So,
I wish Dives had been able to make it. He was originally supposed to be on here, but he forgot about.
He would have been incredible.
He actually commented in our group chat that he was so disappointed with Twitter because they were voting for the Avengers over the Incredibles. So he would have been on your side, Alyssa. We'll see if anybody else is on your side. I don't suspect, but we'll see. Everett.
Hey, I supported Pink Panther in round one. I voted for it. It's super iconic. It's impressive that it's still as relevant as it is. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-ba-da-ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Avengers.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I didn't vote for Pink Panther the other round. It's a great theme. It's iconic. I respect it, but it's got to be the Avengers. Like, that is stayed iconic to me throughout the entire MCU. It's a lightning in a bottle theme. Like, it's amazing. Avengers.
Yeah, one thing I do love about the Pink Panther, it's one of the only like comedy themes that has really stuck. Most comedies usually don't get like these great scores or these great themes, and for whatever reason, the Pink Panther just got this amazing like little theme that obviously was used over and over again. But I'm also voting for the Avengers. So.
You could have at least made it interesting. Let it go to Twitter.
I mean, I could have, and we still would have got the same result. But
Yeah.
So-
You at least made me not be alone, Larry.
especially with portals going out this round. I mean, I gotta
But
keep
the Avengers had to be redeemed.
a Marvel film. Plus, I think it's one of the few because Marvel is getting a little bit better with these iconic themes coming up, but they haven't really, with as many different heroes as they have, they don't have a lot of like standout theme songs for these Marvel heroes. So maybe that's why too is the Avengers just stands out so well. But all right, it might be. Will this be a difficult one, or are you all going to have a landslide? I'm not sure. We have the Halloween theme up against the Back to the Future theme. And this one begins with Everest.
We start with me on one like this.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy. Man, this may be the first one I'm just totally stumped. I love both of these. They're both iconic. I have nostalgia for both of them. You know what? I'm the first one. I'm gonna put my vote out there for Halloween, I think.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to the point now. This is getting really tough. Really tough. For me, I gotta vote for the score or the theme that is nostalgic for me. And that's 1.21 gigawatts! Back to the Future.
Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, this one's hard. And as a film, I love Back to the Future way more than Halloween, or I love the franchise way more than the other franchise. But as a theme, like, I love the Back to the Future theme, but I can't vote against the Halloween theme like this early. Like, it's just, yeah, I gotta go Halloween theme since you guys already voted out all the other horror themes. So,
the one left, the final horror standing. And I'm going to keep it standing because I am also going to vote for Halloween. We got to have some horror representation. So Halloween moves along. And that brings us to our final round, or our final matchup of round 2, with the theme from Edward Scissorhands up against the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this one kicks off with you, Ryan.
Yeah, like we mentioned with horror representation, we gotta have Western representation. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, we got enough Elfman in here, so I'm going some Morricone here.
Everest.
Yeah, I think this is a case where the good, the bad, and the ugly's round 1 matchup was much harder than its round 2 matchup. Up gave it a run, but Morricone all the way here.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compete with that. If I have to sing one, I'm not going to be able to hum the Edward Scissorhands theme. I'll be able to hum. I mean, obviously, everybody in the world can hum the other one. So,
I think we need to hear it though, Larry. We don't believe you.
No, especially that weird little yell. I can't do that. No. That's as close as we'll get. So, we keep a Western alive. Western and horror barely scraping by. So, all right, on to round number 3. And we're kicking off with the Star Wars main title theme up against the 1989 Batman theme. And Alyssa, you are kicking off round 3.
Star Wars.
Oh, all right. And Everest?
Ooh, think since we've still got Duel of the Fates and Imperial March in play, I gotta go Batman here.
Okay. And Ryan?
Okay. My favorite Tim Burton theme is in here. It's not Batman. So, Batman, I'm not going to vote for you this time. I am voting Star Wars here.
Oh.
I think we know what Larry's gonna go.
You know what? I'll just make it interesting.
Let's
Granted,
make it fun.
I know who they do. I know who they vote for, so I know how it's going to end. But I'll vote for Batman to give us a tie, and ultimately Star Wars does win. So
Usually that's in the final 4, right?
it is. So these two did make it to this point against each other head to head, and Star Wars did beat Batman head to head. But you had a good run, Batman. You had a good run. All right, next up we have Time from Inception up against the Superman theme from our icon John Williams. And Everest, you begin this round of voting.
Man, you can tell we're in the Sweet 16 now. This is getting really tough. As I think I just got to stick by, my gut, and as iconic as Superman is, I love Time, and I'm just gonna stay by it. I think it's so beautiful. I love Inception so much, so I'm gonna go with Time.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah, thinking towards getting to the end here, like I think the superhero representation is big. Like it's well represented. I love the Superman theme. It's great, but I gotta go Time. Like an original score from Han Zimmer, beautiful, and just amazing. So for this one, I'm gonna go Time from Inception.
Alyssa.
Well, I didn't vote for either of these in the last round. But I never voted for Time in this, so I guess I gotta keep not voting for Time. I go Superman.
Okay. I guess what do I value more is the question on this one for me in this tournament. I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna go with.
Ooh, we got guy porn bots this time. Bro,
Bro.
finally.
I think it's a song I prefer, but also I would keep some representation. For as iconic of a composer as he is, Hans Zimmer has all but been wiped out of this tournament, and John Williams is still going strong heavily through this final portion. So I want to keep Hans Zimmer alive, and I will vote for Time as well to move it into the next round. I mean, also, if Batman can't make it to the next round, neither can you, Soups. So you got to go too. All right. Next up, we have the Godfather Waltz up against Gonna Fly Now from Rocky. And this one kicks off with Ryan.
Okay, so Godfather and Rocky, both amazing scores. You know what? I gotta go Godfather. Slightly Godfather.
All right, Alyssa.
Well, I'm not saying I'm bitter or anything about the last round, but
this comment was a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna put it up now.
It's a Big Brother reference.
But even putting aside the ridiculousness of the last round, Godfather is the better song here, so gotta go Godfather.
All right, Everest.
Well, since I know its time has come to an end, let's give Gonna Fly Now one last vote, shall we?
You're
one
right.
more flight.
Its time has come to an end.
But do the honors, Larry. Send it home.
Yeah, this one I don't think I voted for Gonna Fly Now yet. I have voted against it.
No, you voted in the last one, didn't you?
No, I voted for Psycho.
No, man.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cody.
Cody.
I tried to get Psycho through. I will be voting Godfather. I just want to say this officially marks Godfather making it further here because the Batman 2022 theme took down the Godfather in the fan vote.
Yeah,
what is wrong with Twitter?
So the Godfather makes it further than it did with the fan votes.
Twitter's all recency bias.
All right, now we have.
Hence why Psycho lost.
Wow.
1960s, too old for some of you youngins.
Right, you all will be happy because we will have to say goodbye to a Star Wars song now because we have an all Star Wars battle. We have Duel of the Fates against the Imperial March. And this one begins with the person I think probably has the easiest time, and that is Alyssa.
Imperial March.
All right. And maybe the one who has the hardest time, I'm not sure. Everest?
Yeah, this is really hard for me. They're both incredible. They both are a huge part of why I love Star Wars so much. It sucks that they have to face each other here, but at least, we'll get our number one contender from the Star Wars universe after this. For me, I think I got to stick by Duel of the Fates. Even though Imperial March is excellent and iconic, Duel of the Fates, I feel like, has a bit more variety. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
All right, Ryan.
All right, I got to make a Patriots reference here. Mac Jones, your Duel of the Fates. You're great. You're amazing. But Tom Brady isn't the Imperial March. All right, the GOAT. Star Wars score of all time. Imperial March takes this one.
See, Ryan just wanted me to turn against the Imperial March with that reference, huh? He just had to say Imperial March was the Tom Brady of the draft, and now I'm like, maybe it's time to say goodbye. No, no. As much as I love Duel of the Fates, it's Imperial for me. It's the GOAT Star Wars song in my eyes. So it moves on to the next round. All right, next up we have Hedwig's theme going up against the Spider-Man 2 theme. And this one kicks off with Everest.
Man, another toughie for me, at least
Really
personally.
Sorry.
Tyler, that's
Where
funny.
did he cheat? Where is your source?
Hedwig's theme and Spider-Man 2. This is really tough. This is another one where it comes down to, Harry Potter's obviously more iconic, but I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I only watched the movies for the first time a couple years ago. I've only seen them some 2 times, some 1 time through, and so even though that theme is so great, I gotta let Cody down, and I gotta vote for Spider-Man 2.
Oh, all right, Ryan.
Well, don't worry, Cody. I won't let you down. I'll go Harry Potter on this one. Spider-Man 2, Danny Elfman, amazing score, but it's Harry Potter. It's created a legacy of amazing films with those score. The original OG score from John Williams. It's got to be Harry Potter for me.
All right, bitter Alyssa.
No, I mean, I know Larry's not the biggest Harry Potter fan here, so. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. This is the easiest or the easiest one to vote against Spider-Man 2 so far. Like, Spider-Man 2 was pretty obvious in the previous rounds, but gotta go Harry Potter here. I mean, again, banned. I still remember it. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely Harry Potter. Even though Cody likes it.
And this is in reference to the Corleones, Tyler. That's what happens to Rocky when he messes with the mob. Well, then, I am going to shock the world. I'm going to vote for Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter, even though if we were doing a tournament of films, I would vote for Spider-Man 2, obviously, over any of the Harry Potters, because, well, there's 4 of them I've never even seen a single time in my life. So, but, I mean, Hedwig's theme is just so damn iconic. It has a really great melody. As great as Spider-Man 2's theme is, I've got to vote for the Harry Potter theme.
Larry,
Right.
you said you were doing reactions for Harry Potter, right? I'd be more into those than you trying to get me on the Game of Thrones one.
Well, we didn't get into her real Lord of the Rings disdain when we talked about it in round 1, but that was quite the shock to my sister.
That was an off-camera discussion though about Lord of the Rings, I believe that we had. So I don't think the world knows.
Well then, next up we have the Raiders March, aka Indiana Jones theme, up against Test Drive from How to Train Your Dragon. And I believe this one kicks off with Ryan.
I hate to do this. I really hate to do this. How to Train Your Dragon theme, you done great. Amazing score. Iconic. But Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of the greatest film scores of all time. It's timeless. Like, I gotta go with Raiders on this one. I'm sorry, How to Train Your Dragon.
All right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, I've already forgotten what it beat, but you guys were crazy last round with How to Train Your Dragon. Who did it beat? It was like an obvious
Bond,
winner.
James Bond.
Yeah,
James
you guys
Bond.
are crazy.
I just want to say,
fair,
Alyssa, Test Drive beat James Bond on the Twitter vote too. Okay, and the Instagram.
It's very youngster biased Twitter that their Twitter thing. So yeah, not geez, I'm so old I've forgotten what the other one is now. The one that I'm voting for.
Raiders.
Yes, Raiders.
Raiders.
Yes, Raiders.
All right, Everest.
You know, I think we can feel proud about how far Test Drive made it. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna vote for Raiders March.
As much as I want to be corrupt and vote for Test Drive.
Yes.
No,
Let's cause a little chaos.
it has. It has to be the Raiders March, right? I mean, what can I do? What can I do? See, Lori, all about that dragon life. I mean, we're all about it.
I wish.
You got it in the background there, Larry. Just a different dragon life.
Just different dragon lives, you know. But I'm all about dragons everywhere I go, apparently. But yeah, Raiders March it is. All right, next we move to some other scaly, large beasts in Jurassic Park, going up against the Avengers theme. And probably the easiest choice comes from our first vote, and that is Alyssa.
Jurassic Park. For sure.
Everest. Yeah, this is harder for me, definitely. I love both these, and these both mean so much to me. But I got to go with Jurassic Park as well. I mean, it's just the best.
All right, and Ryan.
This is where I say salute to the Avengers. It's Jurassic Park here. Come on. Jurassic Park is cinema. It is.
If this had been Incredibles versus Jurassic Park, I don't know where I would have gone. But Avengers.
Yeah. I feel a little bad. This is where we see the true John Williams might. You got Raiders, you got Jurassic Park, all these other themes. They're great for what they are. We love them.
Was the Jaws theme? You didn't have the Jaws theme in here?
I thought Jaws was in here. Yeah.
We didn't vote against it.
Yeah.
I thought Jaws was in here.
It for sure was part of the damn poll, but
I was just thinking, I'm like, we haven't voted for it.
Maybe I deleted it somewhere along the line.
How dare you?
Jaws is for sure. I know it's in that damn playlist. So
yeah.
I might have messed up somewhere, but Jaws honorable mention winner. No, because apparently
it would have been pretty.
Somewhere
it
in my life.
Probably made it pretty far for me, but yeah.
Jurassic Park wins this round. But speaking of two-tone horror themes, let's go ahead and talk about Halloween. Going up against the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Everest, you kick us off on this one.
Oh my god. These are both two absolutely iconic, yet incredibly simple scores. They're both amazing, and it kills me to have to do this, but horror's got to end. I think westerns are going to take this one, and I'm going to vote for Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
All right, Ryan.
Evil dies tonight. It's got to be the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly for me.
All right, and Alyssa.
Wow, you guys are surprising me. So I hate that we're getting rid of an entire genre with this vote. Either way. But I gotta stick with my horror roots here and go Halloween. Sorry, Morricone.
I respect it.
All right. Well,
me too. Yeah.
Much like Michael Myers himself, evil does not die quite yet, because I am also going to vote for Halloween. As iconic as all that,
both are great. Both are great.
Craziness. And funny enough, these two also made it to this point in the tournament that they faced off against each other And the Twitter and Instagram vote did go to Halloween.
Ooh,
Moving the
okay.
Halloween
Respect.
theme
Both are great.
into
Both
the
are great.
final.
Oh yeah, I'm
eight.
Horror
totally fine with Halloween.
survives. One more
Horror
round.
survives. One more round. I don't know that it's going to survive another, but
Yeah, I mean,
made
it's
it
gonna be
into the
against
final.
Jurassic Park, right? It's screwed.
Yeah, it's like ice cream and cookies. Like both are great.
All right. Well, our final 8. First up, we have the Star Wars main title theme up against Time from Inception. And Ryan, you kick us off.
Okay. Time and Star Wars. For this one, I'm gonna go with the galaxy far, far away and go Star Wars. I love Inception, love Time, such a great score for the 2010s era, but Star Wars is Star Wars.
All right.
That's what I go.
Alyssa.
Yeah, so as much as I love the film Inception, and as much as I hate that we have 2 Star Wars songs that are clearly going to continue going, I gotta like keep with my trend here of not voting for Time and go with the Star Wars theme.
All right. Everest.
Well, since it's already been decided now by this point, I gotta stick by my dog, Time from Inception. It is so great, especially when that electric guitar comes in. Love it. But do your worst, Larry. I'm okay
It's
with
no
it. I've
electric
accepted.
cello though. So, just saying.
Well, yeah, I love Time, but I'm just glad it made it this far. It got taken out a lot earlier in the Twitter and Instagram poll.
As
But
it should have.
I gotta go Star Wars main title. It's too big of a mountain to overcome on this one time. I'm sorry. But speaking of Star Wars, next up we have the Imperial March up against the Godfather Waltz. And Alyssa, you kick us off on this one.
Oh man. Shit. So Imperial March is the superior Star Wars song for sure. And I know I just voted for the other one, but like but Godfather. You guys are gonna vote Star Wars, so I'm gonna go Godfather just so it like has a chance. Or it won't have a chance, just so it has a vote.
All right, Everest.
Yeah, obviously Godfather deserves to
Let me
make
put
it
this
to
back
this
up.
point. Because it is everything that we've said it is, everything that it's meant to be, but also the Imperial March.
All right, Ryan.
I love The Godfather. I love Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, but
At least we're kicking out Star Wars one Star Wars next round.
Dark Side.
Yeah, obviously, good on you, Godfather. You did good. But the power of the dark side is too tall to lose today. All right. Well, then we have the 2 happy and iconic little themes of Hedwig's theme going up against the Raiders' March. And this time, Everest, you kick us off.
Oh man, John Williams battling once again.
And John Williams already has the 2 songs in the final 4, so
it's gonna be all John Williams.
It's literally probably gonna be all 4 John Williams.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean Jurassic Park's not losing the next one, obviously. So.
Yeah. So, man, which John Williams do we go with here, though? I think for me, the one that brings nostalgia is Raiders March, and I think the iconicness levels are pretty comparable. Like they're both just instantly recognizable. I got to go with Raiders though. That's the one that just speaks to me, and of course I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I'm gonna go with Indiana Jones.
All right, Ryan.
This is my childhood right here. Like
Right.
Harry Potter and Indiana Jones. Oh man, Battle of John Williams. It was going to come down at some point. We'd have to take out an iconic John Williams score. For this one, I'll stick with Harry Potter. I'll go Harry Potter. Hedwig's theme.
Oh, I thought you were prepping your brother for disappointment with this comment here, right? I thought it was preparation for his soul. Alyssa, how about you?
This is a really hard one. They're both so iconic. Like, we're gonna say that with everyone from now on, because John Williams just makes some iconic scores and composes some iconic themes. But oh God, again, as much as I want to go against Cody, I think I gotta go Hedwig's theme here, which it hurts because it would hurt either way, really. But going Hedwig.
All right. Actually, I think it's been poor Everest out on the lurch every single time, and I'm gonna have to do it again to him. I'm sorry, but I don't know. It's just something. There's something so magical about that Hedwig's theme.
Imagine that.
That perfectly just represents the franchise, whether I am an expert to say such a thing or not. And while Raiders is very fun and iconic, there's just that little extra bit of magic in the music when it comes to Hedwig for me. So Harry Potter, kid, you're in the final four. All right, and then finally, John Williams, once again, trying to literally sweep our final four with the theme from Jurassic Park up against the theme from Halloween. And Ryan, you kick us off here.
Roar! Dinosaurs.
That's Michael Myers.
That's
a very strange Michael Myers impression, Ryan.
Dinosaurs. Jurassic Park. I love Halloween, but Jurassic Park. Woo!
Right, Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, we got the battle of the Johns right now, but I'm sorry, Carpenter. Like, John Williams is gonna be he's the king of this tournament. So I gotta go Jurassic Park.
All right, Everest.
Yeah, I think we can feel good about Halloween making it to this Elite Eight, though.
Jurassic Park has some horror elements, so we can get a little horror in there.
Yeah, we're still keeping the horror alive, at least sort of in spirit. But Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was definitely directed at your impersonation, Ryan. So
it's missing a little bit of banjo music, but
Halloween, Rob Zombie Halloween too.
I love the beautiful simplicity of that Halloween score. Honestly, it could almost be put on as just kind of a almost lullaby. This like beautiful. That's a lot of horror theme. It's like
there's a lot about you, Larry.
But even when it comes down to just musicality, I think the Jurassic Park theme has more going on. It's more of a complex piece overall. Imagine that an actual composer against John Carpenter making this like iconic theme out of nowhere. But I have to make it an all John Williams final four and agree with y'all. So I do want to say this. I don't know if we'll have the same winner in the end. We have the exact same final four as the online votes. So, all right. Now, the Battle of the Star Wars. Which Star Wars song makes it into the final four? I think we know, but let's go ahead and make it official. We have the Star Wars main title going up against the Imperial March. And Alyssa, you kick us off.
Well, should I mix it up? No, Imperial March.
Oh, okay. And you, Everest?
Yeah, John Williams introduced us to Star Wars, that whole universe with the main title. It's great, but then he came back in Empire and was like, let's just ramp it up. We're going Imperial March. It's the better Star Wars song.
And Ryan?
Star Wars is iconic. In A New Hope, Darth Vader didn't have his own theme. The Empire didn't have his own theme. It was just like bass sounds. But then we actually gave him this cool-ass villain theme. Come on. The Imperial March all day long in this one.
Darkness is just a way of life. And thus, Imperial March just speaks to me on a different level. What can I say? It also was, I did a Star Wars theme ranking, and Imperial March was number one on that list because how could it not be? It's just amazing. All right, Alyssa, you might struggle this round, or maybe not. Maybe it gets a little bit easier for you, but we have Hedwig's theme up against the Jurassic Park theme. And this one kicks off with who? You, Everest?
Yeah, sure. Well, I didn't vote for Harry Potter in the last round, so may not be a huge surprise. I do want to say, if Harry Potter does go into this final, it deserves it. I think both these scores here do a tremendous job of transporting you to a world, like just making you feel like you're living in that movie. But Jurassic Park for me is the better song. It's so majestic, so melodic, and every time I hear it, takes me back to that movie, which I love so much. Jurassic Park.
All right, Ryan.
Yes, both of these scores are the most cinematic John Williams score themes by far. Harry Potter brings us into the wizarding world, into Hogwarts. Like, it makes you want to be a wizard. But the Jurassic Park score wants to take you into Jurassic Park. See those dinosaurs like Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough that they're seeing for the very first time. Which score theme to me is more cinematic, makes me feel like I'm in that movie? And for this one, it's going to be Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park for me, definitely.
I felt like we're going to see like a shoe come flying at your head from behind the camera. I don't know if Cody's
That's from
still around.
Cody.
He's just going to like throw something at you for that vote, Ryan. All right, Alyssa.
This is a really hard one. Both have that, just those iconic sounds, the iconic melodies. Like Everest said, yeah, I mean that one's like such a good one. But Hedwig's theme, like that.
You pushed your box at me.
Hey Cody, you should throw a Harry Potter book. That might do a little more damage.
Oh my god.
I guess I don't know. I'm curious to see what Larry does. So just because I'm like so like dead even with these, I'm gonna go Harry Potter here. I'm gonna go Hedwig's theme, and this is gonna come down to Larry.
Biologist. Okay.
I know the biologist not choosing dinosaurs, but I choose the owl. So it's
yes,
still,
I mean it is the
biology.
owl theme, right?
It's
Hedwig is
Hedwig's.
the owl. Yeah. Okay. I've been sticking up for Harry Potter without being a big Potterhead for quite a few rounds, and that does come to a close here. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. I love Jurassic Park. I love that music, and it just has that personal connection on this one that the past opponents of Harry Potter haven't quite had. That put it over that edge. That talking about magic with the Harry Potter theme, also the magic of seeing these dinosaurs as this theme introduces us to Jurassic Park itself was like a mind-blowing childhood experience. Like my little brain just like exploded and made me run to buy my little dinosaur toys immediately. So I have to go with Jurassic Park for this round to make it to our finale. So, as it was, we have our John Williams showdown for the best movie score theme of all time. The Imperial March up against the theme from Jurassic Park. And Ryan, you will do the honors of kicking us off.
Funny thing is, this was my final two right here. Oh my god.
Also, 3 out of our top 4 seeds made it. The Imperial March was not a top 4 seed because, like I said, I tried to spread them a little bit. But
for this one, I'm going to go Jurassic Park.
All right.
Makes me feel happy just listening to it.
Yeah. Honestly, this is an easier pick for me than the last round. So yeah, I got to go Jurassic Park as well here.
All right. And Everest?
Man, I am a ginormous Star Wars fan, and I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. Imperial March most iconic Star Wars music. I mean, so great. It's in this final for a reason. And Jurassic Park, I mean, again, so cinematic, so majestic. I keep using that word because that's what comes into my mind whenever I hear that score. I think, loving music and loving music in film, the one that just stands out for me more is to put a cap in this, Jurassic Park.
Oh, all right. Well, we didn't have to come down to a tie because it was pretty clear. As much as I love Jurassic Park, my vote and my heart, it's on all of its black glory.
Yes, like you said, Larry, what's the better score? What the better movie is Empire?
Yes, is
This was
the
really
Imperial March, but I don't
Well,
know. We'll see how this might go down. These maybe. I don't know.
Even if it was a tie, it looks like L'Oreal
have
here
our
voted for
L'Oreal.
Dinos, so
I
we
know,
would have had the
and
tiebreaker there anyway.
Cody has never seen a Star Wars film in his life,
So his vote
And
doesn't-
Cody would now, despite his
He's wasting his time throwing a tissue box at me.
I was gonna say, despite his poor choice earlier with
Yes.
Psycho, I stuck up for Harry Potter a long time, much longer than everybody else. So I think Cody would have found a little bit of, I don't know, support to give for Jurassic Park.
Well, there we have it. The theme from Jurassic Park is named the greatest movie score theme of all time by this very expert panel of folks I have here from the Film Tube space. Thank you all so much for this quite lengthy stream here. But what else do we do on this channel? I'm not sure. But thank you all also who have been in the chat, sticking it out with us. I appreciate all of that. And I can't wait to see if the Twitter and Instagram goes the same way. But first, I want to go ahead and once again let you all know where to find all of my fellow panelists, starting with you, Ryan.
Yes, can I just say I'm happy like my two choices made it to the final two, but this was great. This was a lot of fun, Larry. Thank you so much for having me, man. If you guys want to find me, I'm Ryan O'Toole. I'm right there. You can search that, type that into the YouTube search bar. You'll find me with a cap shield animated. That's where I talk about the newest movies. I do ranking videos. I do live Q&As. Would love to have you guys on the channel, of course, and talk all things cinema and everything. This was an absolute blast, Larry. Thank you so much for having me on, man.
All right. Thank you so much for coming back onto the channel. And Alyssa?
Yeah, so you can, this was a lot of fun, despite some questionable choices from some people. But this was a ton of fun. It was nice to be on another extensive song bracket with you, Larry. And just another extensive bracket in general with both Larry and Brian. And now Everest, who I've never met before today, but awesome.
Yes.
And so you can find me at Mainly Movies, so spelled with the E, like the state of Maine. So on YouTube, as well as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Letterboxd, all of these social medias, but I do all sorts of movie content. Right now, we're right in the midst of kind of Oscar stuff. So I've got some rankings of the Oscar short films that are coming out over the next couple days, and then very soon my Oscar predictions, and then I'll have an Oscar reaction video, and then just normal movie reviews after that. But we're kind of right in the middle of Oscar craziness.
And you can also find Alyssa at her local auditorium gym movie theater, as Tyler says here. So
Yes.
all right. And Everest, thank you so much. I'm glad to finally get to collab with you. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. Thank you so much for having me. Just thanks in general for, not making me feel like a stranger. This was so much fun. It was great to meet you, Alyssa. I kind of knew Ryan already from the YouTube space, but yeah, this was so much fun. My YouTube channel is Archanize, just like it's spelled on the screen. Kind of in a rebooting situation. I haven't been uploading as much lately, but more content will be coming in the future. I'm also Archanize YT on Twitter, Archanize on Letterboxd, so you can see all the movies I've been watching. And yeah, thank you so much again. This was so much fun.
And if you're watching on a replay and made it this far, let us know what you think the best movie theme of all time is. Also, make sure to click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.